We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to While It's Anonymous, where we make everybody feel better about spending money. Hey guys, it's Gary. Welcome back to another fine episode of Bugz2men. This time we're talking about Pulsecon because, well, we all collect toys. That's why we're all here. If you spent a lot of money yesterday, we are here for you. And with me, I have my co-host Reggie. Say hello, Reggie.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy 2KROs, aka Reggie. You are not alone when it comes to spending all of your money. But yeah, we're ready to talk about all the cool reveals that came out yesterday, and we have a special guest. So why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Oh, hello. I'm Mega. I have my own YouTube channel where I used to do more like Transformer toy reviews. I will get that started back up soon, but there's a bunch of cool Transformer related stuff that I kind of want to talk about. That's why Gary brought me here.
And we're also waiting on my other dear friend Fizz to show up. He is my resident Marvel friend, other than Reggie, who knows way too much about Spider-Man and Chucky.
He does.
So, we're gonna roll right into it here. I actually made a topic list for this, guys. I'm very proud of myself. So let's roll right in here. Let me just figure out how to share screen.
Okay, yeah, so it's at the very bottom.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I'm trying. Yeah. Oh, Peacemaker's here. Hi, Peacemaker. Okay. So stream session.
Oh, well, screen shipping. Wow.
So we're starting off with Marvel. By the way, can you guys let me know when Fizz shows up here, and I'll let him in.
Okay.
So starting off with Marvel.
Well, that's obviously just the panelists. Yeah, that's So guys, look at his shelf though. That shelf is goals. I mean, not really goals because I like to keep my figures outside the box, but
same really.
Mostly to just kind of for posing wise. I mean, the only time I really keep them in box is if it's kind of retro packaging. But then again, I always usually get a second figure of it just so I can have one to open up. I mean, right now, on my wall, I don't have any Marvel in package, so whatever. Yeah, Gary, see right there. You can see in the back behind him, at the very back, next to the left, well, on his right, our left, one of the Pulsecon exclusives, which was the Venom, kind of cel-shaded with, I think it was the Omega Red body mold rather than the usual, the usual... the Hyperion body mold. It's one of the bigger, beefier guys, with the classic kind of Spider-Man cartoon packaging, and with that awesome Venom sleeve that goes over it. But yeah. And also on the right side of his head, we had the MODOK exclusive, which with the Elvis Presley hair and the flying cheeseburgers. Those were both up for pre-order yesterday. I think that's when they opened them up. They're also Pulsecon exclusive. That's one of the big things about Pulsecon is that a lot of people were anticipating that the figures themselves would be available to order and just ship out, but nope, they were pre-order, which makes sense. Made to order type style figures.
Mm-hmm.
The very top shelf he has right there is kind of just the most recent Marvel properties for the MCU. So you have Katie and Shang-Chi, along with the 3 different suits from Spider-Man, and then over there on the right side of his head is the Disney Plus wave. Well, most of the Disney Plus wave. Plus Mobius, Loki, and Sylvie in that order. And with obviously Sam Cap with his wings.
Oh, wait, hold on. Fizz is here.
All right, we got another person.
Hello, Fizz. It's been a while.
Hello.
Yeah,
I figured this thing out finally.
This is Fizz. I've known him as long as I've known Mega. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm actually going to try to move my laptop and my setup over to this side because I have a person sleeping on the other side. So I actually have to invite him. Hello. All right, so we're in the middle of talking about Marvel Legends, Fizz. So
yeah, we kind of just started. Obviously, we're just looking at one of the guys from yesterday. So yeah, Carrie just skipped next. This is just kind of what they did as kind of like a teaser, like, hey, vote for this. This hashtag for what kind of figure would be revealed. Let's see the Marvel Legends classic logo. So this is a retro line, the little three-quarter scale. So we had Phoenix revealed as well as Wolverine, I believe. So they're like, the neat thing about these was that they were kind of like on the classic like Kenner boxes with like the hollow back. So
This is the one that they have at the stores right now with like Iron Man, Cap, and Black Panther, right?
Yeah, these are the line. That's the line.
Yeah, I've seen the first wave of these.
So the kind of standard articulation, like just the front and back movement for the arms and legs. So kind of like the old, like currently how. Well, not actually currently now. Mattel actually has gotten better at that, but that's pretty much what you would get with the DC figure back then, would be like just kind of that standard little movement. It's kind of cool that they have the foil back though, and then like there's also kind of that character art for these. I know the box is supposed to like be resemble like a comic book cover.
Yeah.
Because this is a 2-pack, so let's see. Yep, there we go. Nice little comic book cover with Phoenix and Wolverine.
Time I see Phoenix and Wolverine, I just get reminded at the end of X3.
Yeah. And as you can see, this is like a cool visual that they showed on the stream, which showed like all of the different ones in this scale and the different ones that are available. So like the different waves and the exclusives are marked. So
yeah,
I
didn't realize they had all these.
Yeah, they expanded a lot. Like I think a couple of these came with like T-shirts, I think too. Like they weren't just like the single like packs you could just find. So I think some of them were also packed in with like shirts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go to the next. Okay, this was Mr. Fantastic, aka Reed Richards. This is I think the start for tease for 2022. So
I just can't believe we're already at 2022 almost.
Yeah, this year's been going by way too fast.
I don't like it.
Neither. So yeah, Mr. Fantastic. We have Falcon with a little red wing, which is I think was pretty cool for them to actually do, because usually these guys are just single like carded figures. They don't have accessories, but he also has his wings as well. I'm not sure if the wings are articulated though. It looks like they're displayed at the back. Oh yeah, and they have Venom, slightly bigger body in comparison to the others.
I like that. I like that this little Falcon gets to come with a red wing, but the classic Falcon that they just came out with and the vintage card one they revealed like a month ago doesn't come with one.
I mean, especially when we get to the G.I. Joe section of this episode, like we're going to talk about that for sure. Like animal accessories. Yeah, I think that was it for the 3 3/4 scale. Like we said, these are like the smaller things. So yeah, there is the King in Black himself, Null, the progenitor of the symbiotes, the originator of the symbiotes.
Oh, really?
His sword. It's amazing.
Is he? I didn't catch any wording on him. Is he a single pack or is he a Build-A-Figure?
He is a single pack. He's supposed to be like one of the deluxe line figures, so he's supposed to be at 8-9 inch scale. So he's definitely a lot bigger. Probably will scale a lot better with movie Venom here than he would with like the classic Venom. But yeah, seeing this guy is like awesome. I'm really hoping that when they do release him, they also have plans for like more Venomized figures, because we've gotten Cap, we've got a Venomized Miles, Gwen Stacy, obviously like Carnage, the different symbiotes from them. I want to see more of the heroes.
I also hope, since we got a movie Venom, I hope that they put a movie Carnage in that.
That's what I was kind of hoping that they were going to reveal in here, but instead, like, I mean, Null is still cool. I mean, look at that, look at that Godslayer sword. That's awesome.
I saw this and I was like, I must own it. When can I buy it?
That's funny because Gary does not collect Marvel Legends, but this was like probably his gateway figure that he needs.
Join us, Gary. I looked down at my symbiote shelf, so I'm very, very excited.
It's the sword, it's the chest emblem.
He makes a pretty action figure.
We are Venom. And this is part of the Walgreens line, actually. So, like, this year has been nothing but cosmic characters. So, like, Nova. This was like the first tease, because obviously we had the villains wave recently with Zenmu as a Build-A-Figure. This one is going to be Walgreens exclusive. It's Baron Zemo. I think this is
a cool character.
I think this is supposed to be like it's supposed to be helmet, not the second one. But yeah, like I can't tell. Can you guys see if he has like a little crown molded on his mask as well? Like how he's-
Oh,
He
I-
has,
the graphic
yes.
does.
Go back.
He has that little brim crown.
Nice.
So I'm pretty sure this is helmet.
Oh, on the back it does say helmet Zemo.
All right,
Oh, it
perfect.
does.
Okay,
Mhm.
so it's helmet. Nice. I mean, obviously, people are more probably familiar with like most casual fans are probably more familiar with the the Falcon Winter Soldier / Civil War Baron Zemo, which I'm
Or,
glad I have him
absolutely.
up. He's on the top of my Marvel shelf, so I can't really grab him right now. I grabbed Venom just because of Null, but
He was so close. This is the last version of Zemo they did.
oh,
So it's cool to actually get like this one's cool because he has like some reused Hawkeye parts, but this one actually leans into the whole like drab look of him with the fur and everything.
yeah.
This one doesn't really have any of that, even though it's still.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more. That one's more like the tactical Zemo, I'd say, and then this one's
Mhm.
more of the regal Zemo.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool that you're gonna get this one. Like, it's unfortunate that it's a Walgreens exclusive though, because I know
Yeah.
that's really hard to get for most people. Like, I remember like the Fantastic Four were pretty easy to get. I
Mhm.
didn't pick them up though because I was hoping for like movie versions because I'm primarily like excluding some Spider-Man stuff. Like I'm primarily like an MCU like kind of
Mhm.
collector for Marvel Legends. Slash,
Absolutely.
I guess in this case, Venom is technically no spoilers. But oh yeah, Joe Taku's Toys says he's back to dance onto your shelves. That's hilarious. But yeah, with Zemo coming out, I'm really excited to kind of see what other villains they're thinking of to come out. I mean, you guys, what's your hope for like villains to come out in
Oh.
this? Like, if they're villains that either need like an update or haven't come out yet.
Can I get another Doctor Doom, please? I need all variants of Doctor Doom ever printed made. Thank you.
Doctor Doom. Did you get the one like kind of the retro packaging?
Yes, that's the actual one I use. He's right here.
Nice.
That's my favorite Doom.
I did see somebody ask for something on Twitter, and as I look over, because I have the Mr. Sinister that came out a couple of years ago, but if they made a VHS, what they did with those X-Men figures
Mhm.
with Sinister, I really want to see a super classic to Mr. Sinister, like that Wolverine they just
nice.
did.
All right. So that's
Like,
Zemo.
Obviously, since I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man, I actually just finished PS4 Spider-Man last night. I haven't done the DLC yet, but I've done the main story. I finished the main story last night. I would love to see like Mr. Negative. Like, I want to see a Mr. Negative figure. Like, it's an easy retool for most things. You just have to switch the head and grab like one of the suited bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But like, honestly, Mr. Negative, come on, guys, make them.
It's super easy.
I have a Marvel Legends question. Is there a Mephisto?
No, actually,
that'd be a good one.
That would be a good one. Yeah.
That'd be really good.
Yeah,
There's two
so-
Dormammus.
Yeah, we just got the classic Dormammu.
Can I have like a smaller scale Fin Fang Foom, please?
Ooh.
I think Fing Fang Foom has to be in the bigger scale. Like, it'd be cool. Like, they could make him in like probably like what they're doing with Null, like 8-9 inch tall if they wanted to, like have that be as minimum. But I feel like Fing Fang Foom would probably be a HasLab thing.
I was just about to, HasLab I think would be the way that they'd want to go with Fin Fang Foom.
Yeah, because obviously they had the Sentinel come out recently, but Fing Fang Foom though, like you need that giant alien dragon.
I mean,
Hey, what's up, Fee? How's it going, man?
oh hey Fee, how you doing? My only exposure to Fin Fang Foom, by the way, was Marvel Ultimate Alliance because he was the boss at the end of the first level.
Fair enough. Same.
I remember the old Toy Biz Fing Fang Foom. So I was like,
Right.
okay, Fee says, I would love an update to Classic Daredevil. Just caught up on Zdarsky run, and I'm in need for a DD fig. Classic Daredevil would be cool too. I mean, like, when's the last time we got a Classic Daredevil? The most recent Daredevil figure I remember right now is just the Spider-Man cartoon Daredevil.
We got that one, and then we got, I don't remember, we got the red and black one that came with the whip effect in one of the Spider-Man waves, and then before that, we got a re-release of the, I think, 2014 Spider-Man one in that Defenders set.
Okay.
Other than that, I think that's the only classic Daredevils that they've released.
Yeah, Jotaku says that he still has his BAF Fing Fang Boom. Okay, dude, I'm expecting you to take pictures now. You need to take a picture of like, because
that
guys,
thing actually pretty rare.
yeah,
It's yes.
So Jotaku Toys is one of our good buddies. He likes to take pictures of action figures, amazing pictures of action figures. So Jotaku, I want to see a picture of Fing Fang Foom fighting a Kamen Rider or something like that. Please just do it. Do it for me whenever you can. I mean, like recently he put up a picture of Kamen Rider DN stealing one of the a gauntlet from what's the name? The Black Order from the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So you see him running away while holding the gauntlet. So yeah, we need to see that. Yeah, I think that after this was more retro carded reveals. So Gary, there is retro carded Scarlet Witch. She is a repaint of the one that came in the Family Matters pack. So she's not as metallic. She's more opaque in her color scheme. This is cool for those that want a classic Scarlet Witch figure that weren't really happy with that original Hulkbuster wave one that came way back then. That
that was from the Odin wave. Yeah, one of the first
Odin
waves back.
Oh, okay, it was Odin.
The thing is, oh man,
it was Age of Ultron. Was it an Age of Ultron wave, or kind of like released with the Age of Ultron, like Iron Man?
Yeah,
that wave?
that's around the time that Marvel Legends really kicked back off after 2014.
Okay.
Like beginning of 2015, we started getting like more comic figures again, more so than just, if I remember correctly, like the Winter Soldier and the Amazing Spider-Man 2. They each got waves with some comic stuff put in, but I remember Odin was the first Build-A-Figure that I built in years. And I just remember getting all those figures and lining them up and being like, I only like half of them. I didn't miss this part of it. But Wanda was a good figure. She just couldn't stand.
Yeah.
And speaking of this one, actually,
she was something like really tall, wasn't she? No, Fizz got up.
Yeah, to get him to do something real fast. Probably his cats or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can compare the original release of Wanda. Sorry, I'm right next to my bookshelf.
Yeah, so you can see that like she has more metallic parts on her leggings and arms in comparison to this one, which is more like the usual like flat plastic.
So this one I think is titled under, what is it, West Coast Avengers?
Yeah, yes. So that should be on the next picture if they did this in order. Nope, that's just her with her effect parts and loading. There we go, West Coast Avengers. Yeah,
she's got both spell effects.
Now I'm kind of wondering if they're going to re-release Kate Bishop under because isn't Kate Bishop one of the West Coast Avengers as well?
Yes, or at some point. Well, I don't know if she would qualify for a retro card.
Oh, that's true. I mean, that'd be cool if they could, though. I mean, with the Hawkeye show coming out in November, I feel like they could do that. But and besides Wanda, I think did they do it in order where the next one should be? Yep, yes. White Vision.
White Vision. That just sounds horribly named.
Well, I think they just call him Vision, like on the card, but it's. Everybody knows him as a White Vision. Like, spoiler alert for those who have not watched WandaVision yet. We do get an iteration of White Vision in that show. So Gary, you'll see that later. But yeah, like as you can see here, he's very minimal in comparison to Wanda. No effect parts, just his alternate hands, and he also has toe feet. So
yeah, I meant to ask. Now the West Coast, but now these are these like the usual $22.99 for the figure, or are these be cheaper because they're like not?
No, usually they're still the same price. I think that even the retro card figures might be a little bit pricier. But then again, I haven't really bought any of the retro carded Marvel Legends. That's the unfortunate thing about what's going on right now with the toys is that they're going up from $19.99 to like $22.99.
Yeah,
I think that's what this guy is at. I think that's just the standard for single packs. I didn't pre-order either of these vintage cards, but
I didn't either. They look cool though. Honestly, hope to see more. Because I mean this retro carded line, obviously started off with like Captain America, Black Widow, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and then they kind of expanded past just the standard, 6 Avengers to like Hercules and Tigra were the most recent releases before these guys. So it's really cool to see what else they're going to come out with these vintage cards.
The Spider-Man animated series cards too. Those have been, I love them.
They've been great.
That it's not a Pulsecon thing, but we're getting the Ben Reilly Spider-Man on that really good new comic book Spider-Man buck.
Yeah.
I hope we get as many Spider-Man suits on that as we can.
Nice.
All right.
So
question.
this was the next part of the
Yeah.
panel where they were talking about like with an artist. I forget his name. I'm sorry if he's watching. I mean, he's probably not, but but they were designing or drew out one of the Scott brothers, Vulcan, I believe is his name, because that's going to be one of the new releases. He's like don't really recall Vulcan. I mean, I know Havoc. Obviously, everybody knows Cyclops, but did not know about Vulcan. But he's
Right. Because I remember X-Men Evolution.
Did I say Scott brothers? I mean the Summer brothers.
Yeah, like although my question is, have we ever gotten like X-Men Evolution style Marvel Legend figures? Because those I would buy.
No, but those would be amazing.
Oh,
Like,
Toad. Oh,
A Toad from there, Spike,
Wolverine,
animated Rogue though.
I was about to say Rogue.
Nightcrawler.
Like you can tell we're all like 90s 90s kids who grew up with the 2000 show. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think that's the design of the figure, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is
Chris,
the render of Vulcan.
I remember I was pulling in groceries, so at that time, so I didn't see the actual render, but yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I like the color scheme. Like this seems like definitely like kind of a classic superhero thing, but you wouldn't really be able to tell it's an X-Men without seeing the belt, to be honest.
I don't know enough about Vulcan to judge, sadly.
He kind of just looks like a generic superhero to me.
he really does. Like, to me, I was like, yes.
Have no fear, I am man. And here is our Cap 2-pack. Now, this is exciting for me because I don't own a Steve Rogers Captain America figure. I mean, like, I used to have the figure art, but I sold that. So I haven't gotten a replacement since. But so this is cool that they pretty much did come back out, I think, with the Endgame mold, I believe, is what they were going with. Unfortunately, no Mjolnir. I was hoping that they would have one, but I guess not.
I think it's mean-spirited that they included the grippy hand for the Mjolnir, but did not include the Mjolnir.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, if you look at his hand in comparison to, because I mean, like obviously, Sam, he gets like the same hands that he had with the Build-A-Figure or the single card release, but he also has fisted hands included. You can see like right there in the middle of there, and then he doesn't have his wing pack obviously because that would probably make this set piece super expensive, but he does come with an Anthony Mackie head, which I believe is kind of weird for them to do it for this figure. I think that they should have gone, if they were going to release an Anthony Mackie head, they should have gone with the Falcon suit.
Yeah, I agree, because he's never, I mean, we've never seen him without his goggles
and cowl.
Yeah, in the series, so it's early to do that. And I don't know, I think if they would have upmarked this by 10 or so bucks and made it a deluxe pack with the wing pack, I think that would have been the best thing to do, because everybody even the folks who don't have the wing pack now, if they don't have the wing pack, they probably at least have Sam Wilson, and I have the complete Build-A-Figure and Worthy Cap. So to me, like,
this is a pass.
It's a pass, but I guess I don't understand who it's trying to hit, because, like, of course for you get the Steve Rogers because, like, you don't have one, so that's good to have that character back in the line. But I guess they're just still trying to get that buck for the Build-A-Figure piece, and I don't know. I thought they would try to circumvent that.
Yeah, because I've got my Sam like hanging from my ceiling right over there, like above my Marvel shelf. Yeah, I've got Figure Arts Rescue, White Vision, Doctor Strange, and Wanda hanging around with him, like on the ceiling. Awesome. Yeah, so this is cool. So like I would get it, but at the same time I wouldn't know what to do with the Sam.
Yeah. Peacemaker says maybe it's a starting point for new people plus mold reuse. I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get to it later with Power Rangers, but I have a general question. Do Marvel Legends typically do civilian heads? Because that looks very similar to Anthony Mackie and Chris Evans, unlike what Power Rangers does.
They've been getting better at it. Originally, like if you got civilian heads, they just look like kind of generic guy. But recently they've been doing like the photoreal tech, so that's how they've been getting a lot more closer to actually
Yeah.
looking like the person. Now
Past
this
couple
one,
of years has been pretty good as far as that
now
goes.
this
The
one is
likeness.
cool because obviously it's Bucky as the Winter Soldier, like the original Winter Soldier.
My favorite
So-
MCU movie. So
Yeah, so this is not the right arm, but not for this.
That's cool.
But yeah, so we get the Winter Soldier in the the brainwashed Winter Soldier costume. It's pretty much, it looks like it's mostly a remold of, or like a re-release of the original Winter Soldier, just with actual like accurate colors, because the original Winter Soldier was brown for some reason. And like he has the mask but no goggles with the mask, because the original did come with goggles and ESPN. But
Oh, sorry. I forgot you guys can see. Sorry.
yeah,
I was just
Gary, come on,
I was
man.
just checking
We're
the
doing.
chats.
You have a phone.
I was checking the
This man's
But
streaming and it was like, let me check the scores.
this is like not even a. This is not a sports show, man.
That's on Tuesday. Sorry about that.
Yeah, as you can see, like it does include like a brand new head, a brand new like new head molds. Like you get the unmasked head, and then you got like the masked head. Obviously, no goggles though,
Yeah.
because he doesn't really wear them in the flashback. But he does have like his hair like kind of long and out. He comes with more accessories than the original one had, because the original one, for some reason, had like an alien-looking gun for no reason, besides the fact that I think that they couldn't sell guns back then. Or
Yeah, there was just some. That's when they started to get weird about stuff. That was 2014. It was like that long red alien rifle.
yeah. So
Thing was weird.
what's cool is that he actually comes with a couple guns here and a knife. So if you have the Falcon and Winter Soldier Bucky, which literally just came with his hands, like you can equip him with some of the stuff here. So I'm a little more excited for this one, but because I have that Falcon and Winter Soldier Bucky right now, I'm kind of like, this will be an on-site, not a pre-order, kind of deal. Because like, I love, like I was honestly wishing that I had enough material to make another, like the silver arm, but yeah, because obviously you can see my hair is growing out long, and they decided to cut Bucky's hair short in the show, so it's like, yeah, I this is an on-site order for me. This is, I believe, also in the $22.99 kind of cost for it, but
It's
yeah, this is-
on. It looks like on fan channels, like at least BBTS, they've got them for $24.99, and that seems to be their upmark from $22.99. This is when I did pre-order from Amazon. I've repurposed the metal arm onto a comic book Bucky cap, so
nice,
I get to have the good Bucky, and then I'll put Winter Soldier on the villain shelf. Why not?
cool. But yeah, this is it for our MCU reveals though. I know like a lot of people were like hoping to see maybe like No Way Home Wave 2 or like
early, I think.
what if Wave 2, but I'm thinking that they're gonna obviously do those a little bit later. But yeah, this is like one of the interviews that people were like, I think, more positive about. I know like a lot of people were hoping that they would do the interviews like probably separate and then do the reveals, but instead of doing reveal interview, reveal interview, reveal interview. But these were the showrunners for this for the X-Men animated series. Now it's on your head.
And now we're in DMCA. Thanks, Reggie.
Yeah. No, we're not. But here. Oh wait, there was a couple comments in regards to like the cap reveals. So Jotaku Toy said, would have been cooler if it were another version of John Walker, like either an accurate U.S. agent suit or Walker with a bloody shield. The bloody shield would probably be cool.
I wonder if they could get away with that. That'd be wild.
I mean, well, they painted blood onto Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, and
they did the leg spot.
Yeah, and there's a couple like the Civil War Captain America, I believe, had like some damage on him as well. The 3-pack with the inaccurate Spider-Man, but
oh yes, the prototype, the filming suit they had.
Yeah, really heartwarming to see the reactions. It was cool to see two people who put so much into the show, and then like just the positivity that people were. I saw like positive comments when I was watching chat, and then also like them getting this example or the sample of the Wolverine. So like how we were talking about like 90s VHS, so it's VHS style box, and then
I love that.
Yeah, on the inside you get Wolverine with like the more kind of classic head with the larger like spikes, the more circular kind of claws for claw ports, at least on his gloves, and the Jean Grey and Scott Summer photo for the meme. And what they told us was that the picture frame actually opens up, so you can actually switch out the picture if you wanted to.
Oh my god!
Oh, that meme. I'll tell you this much. I may not have a lot of interest in Marvel Legends just because I don't have the money and I don't have the room. But this is where you get me. This or X-Men Evolution. Because, as I've said, X-Men Evolution is probably my favorite depiction of the X-Men.
Yeah. So, like, besides Wolverine, we also get a preview at Jubilee. They did not have a figure in hand, though. They only had a render to show. But yeah, what's cool about her is that she comes with like the extra sunglasses. One's opaque, one's like kind of the cell shading on it, so you can swap the heads and just have her like take off the glasses and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then you can obviously put them like side to side, so on your shelf if you don't want to take them out of box and actually look like VHS tapes. I mean, I believe they're slightly bigger than VHS tapes though for the boxes because they have to fit the figure, but.
Yeah, they said they upscaled the dimensions of a VHS, so it's still accurate to what a VHS would be, but had to be larger to fit the figure.
All right.
So,
well, I remember back in the day, there was like VHS tape sometimes, and they would like increase the size of the VHS tape to like have like a little extra thing in it sometimes.
Yeah. Like for anybody who was into Power Rangers, I remember they had like some like the MMPR trading cards with a couple of the VHS tapes, but. Like I said, these just look very cool. And also these look more. I don't want to say that they look better than the the Tamashii Nations one, where it's like, oh, you take like a Marvel character or like a Star Wars character and you make their armor look like samurai armor.
You mean the like kind of the? I can't remember the name of it now. Couple more were confirmed via their Pulse listing, I believe. Oh, that'd be pretty cool to double check that a little bit later, see what other characters are in the way.
Yeah,
or on the way. Oh yeah, and here we've got, I think this was what you were saying, Super Megatron, about what you were kind of excited about to see.
Oh, the Toy Biz styled boxes and like the Toy Biz like pseudo styled figures. This is really cool to see that.
So this is cool because like on one side they kind of have like the comic book look, and then on the back they have this kind of diorama. So the very first one that was obviously revealed a couple of months ago was Captain America with his shield, which has holes to plug in the different effects. So you have like the lightning effect on there, or you have like the bullets being shot at it. He also comes with like the cowl down, and then like his head, like an alternate Steve Rogers head. So I also like this. It's like the brighter kind of color scheme for Captain America, like actually kind of more comic book kind of feeling for you. But yeah, just seems a little weird though on the render. I think that looks like. Well, do you guys think that like he has like the extra like kind of neck articulation that some of the recent Legends have, just because of the difference in color, or that was just like a render thing?
I'm looking at the figure. It looks like the figure's painted look correctly.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably just a render thing then.
Yeah. Peacemaker said they also confirmed Storm and Jean for the retro line, which I'm kind of cool.
Nice.
Which, Iron Man.
This one, we'll show it later. The sucky thing about these is that I'm not an inbox collector, but it's going to be really hard to open these. And I love that they've actually included little bases, because the old ones had real plastic bases, but they were still able to include something in this. And that super stylized Tony Stark head. I like this, and I love that armor. And they were like, well, let's change it up. Let's do the variant of the original. And I like that change on this Tony Stark here. And that Steve Rogers it's too pretty. It doesn't look like a Marvel Legend, and I mean that in a good way. We're starting to do something a little freaky on these. Like that head sculpt reminds me of Mezco. But yeah.
Yeah, and the back side of the thing looks like a little comic book cover, which is cool. And then they also mentioned that on the back of the box that you can actually read what is in store, which is Hulk and Toad.
Mm-hmm. They are recreating that entire first wave.
Nice. And then this was, I think,
I want him.
I think this is the villain reveal. So everybody voted, like which they wanted, like the hero, the villain, or the SDCC previous exclusive that's going to be remade. But everybody voted villain, so this was Despair.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. This is and they also had little tease for Maggot, I believe. Everybody was like, "Why is there?" Okay, this is like a funny comment. Like I saw people was like, "Why is there Dookie on the as a preview?" But it's supposed to be a preview for Maggot.
Really glad that they're redoing that Toy Biz Toad because man, I showed you guys that old Toad. It is pretty bad.
Yeah. In private chat, they showed he showed us a picture of Toad.
So that's
it for Marvel. So yeah, the unfortunate downside, like we said, that they didn't do any more MCU reveals because that's what a lot of people were in there waiting for. I saw in the comments, they were hoping for What If Wave 2 or Spider-Man No Way Home Wave 2. No Way Home Wave 2 probably will come out like after the movie though, just because of spoilers. What If Wave 2 though, I'm thinking that they may do that like somewhat soon too, just because What If is already over with for at least season 1. But yeah, everybody's hoping for Infinity Ultron.
That would be awesome.
All right, so now we move on to something that I can actually talk about. Transformers. Okay.
Oh wow.
So we're gonna talk about the news first over here because it's kind of interesting. Rise of the Beast is coming out June 24th. I'm very excited to see this movie live. Because it'll probably be the first time I'm back in the movie theater since COVID hit.
Really cool about Rise of the Beast is Anthony Ramos mentioning offhand that his favorite Transformer is Cheetor, and Cheetor will be in the film. And I was somebody who's like a huge Beast Wars fan. That's really awesome that they're actually going to bring the Beast to the screen. So yeah, a little hype for the movie too.
I think Anthony Ramos is a phenomenal actor. I watched him in Hamilton on Disney Plus. He was very, very good. Also, like I said, Cheetor being in the movie is just fantastic. One less when you had Cheetor and anything outside of Cyberverse, which I never watched.
Yeah.
Transformers Experience. That's a thing. It'll probably go to New York City.
Damn.
And Transformers VR. I don't have VR, so this got me. Transformers X Smite. Let me tell you something. I played Smite in college. I can get it on my Xbox. The fact that we can do Optimus Prime versus like Hercules or like Athena is very cool.
Well, Megatron just they're basically just skins for other characters.
Yeah.
I've never played Smite.
I think I tried once and I just couldn't get into it. But I mean, it's a cool concept though, different gods from different from the different mythologies and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's get to the toy pictures. Just these reasons. Where did the toys start? Oh, here we go.
Okay, so Transformers Legacy, one of the first two that got revealed, kind of early, was Skids. So here's G1 Skids, kind of remade. He has an Energon axe weapon, I think, that combines with his guns to be like a bigger gun. How do we make our Transformers weapons? It's a gun. Okay. How do we make another weapon? It's another gun. Okay. What if we combine them?
Reminds me of Kabuto's gun sword thing he used. That was 3 weapons in one.
The kunai gun.
Yeah, that's what reminds me of.
So yeah, Skids is a pretty cool thing. I mean, obviously, a lot of people's probably more recent Skids exposure would be Regiment of Fallen Skids, which is not an actual accurate depiction of the character.
Or Thrilling 30 Skids, which I don't like that toy at all. I think that toy is kind of bad.
Yeah.
MP skids too. That's the thing.
Also MP skids, yeah. So this is like kind of a cool thing. Just looking at this little blue van with the red stripe.
I love him.
I like him. I think he looks pretty good. There's a lot of discourse about diverting from the War for Cybertron aesthetic with him, and I think I don't think it diverts enough to where I wouldn't be able to put him on a shelf with them. But if there is a divergence, I mean, I think that we are starting to see the effects of a post-John Warden Transformers brand. So that might have something to do with it, because the legacy stuff as we go forward does look, I guess, not as uniform as War for Cybertron has. So some people will like that, some people won't. I don't mind, as somebody who remembers Generations figures from like 10 years ago where they were just simply updates. I don't mind a little bit of Greeble on him. His arms are a little far out, but I don't know. He just reminds me of some olden days of when not everything was strictly cartoon accurate, I guess. But we can still have that. I love the toon accuracy, but it's cool to see kind of aesthetic dip.
More stylized.
I also wanted to bring up Peacemaker's comment. Smite's getting a lot of crossover stuff recently. Yeah, they're getting crossover stuff. Fortnite's getting a lot of crossover stuff. I mean, last night they just revealed they're doing a crossover with Resident Evil. So I'm gonna play as like RE5, Jill, or I think Chris or Leon. Did we lose Reggie?
Oh no.
Reggie, come back. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
It's a perfect little box man, and I love him.
So I guess moving right along, because I'm waiting for Reggie to come back.
Google crashed. Google crashed on me.
There we go. I was like, what did I do, Reggie?
You took too long. You talked about Smite instead of Transformers. But yeah, Drag Strip.
This is one of the figures I have to buy because I want to use them.
I like that they're going with the actual classic look of Drag Strip, because the most recent releases of Drag Strip that we've gotten have been like Mirage repaints. So it's cool that they're actually doing the kind of like the double wheel up front.
I owned Combiner Wars, man. So let me tell you something. That transformation was fun, but I think because Fizz, I believe, has it still. I don't know if Zero Megatron has this, but
I still got my Combiner Wars.
Yeah.
I didn't like the proportions for Mentor, and also the joints never really held together for me.
Menasor was wonky. He was one that unfortunately is made a lot better by one of the upgrade kits. One of the, I think Perfect Effect was doing them.
Yeah.
And that's what I have on mine. And it does help a lot, but it sucks to have to spend that money to get an upgrade kit to make the figure look decent. The other combiners, I think some of them looked fine. I think Bruticus looked okay without a upgrade kit, Defense or Superion. They were okay. The upgrade kits that I got for them, I only got the hands and feet. I didn't feel like the need to get all the chest replacements and junk like that. But Menasor needed it. So it's cool to have that one still that can do the Scramble City thing. And this one looks like it might be like turn into a car and pop onto an arm piece of Motor Masters. So I guess they both exist depending on which play pattern you prefer.
Yeah, because if you look really closely at Dragstrip, he has his little ports on his legs that look like that. When he transforms into car mode, he'll just plug on rather than transform into an actual arm like the other ones. So that's pretty cool. So that would mean that Motor Master would be pretty huge though, or I guess in his case, he's like a truck with the trailer built in. So probably be a lot easier for him to.
I would assume it to be probably trailer could be the Menasor bids, the cab could be Motor Master, and I think he's rumored to be a commander class. So you'd probably be able to get something about Rodimus Prime trailer size out of that I think you could get enough mass to turn. Probably.
It's a various limbs, so
Fizz just took the word out of my mouth. I'm looking forward to getting Drag Strip quite a bit. This other one's I'm looking forward to getting RC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so RC based off of her Prime appearance. So rather than the usual pink car, we've got her blue motorcycle mode. Obviously, it's more G1 stylized, so it doesn't have the more elongated portions of Prime. What's kind of cool here is it looks like she kind of looks like buzzsaw type deals for her weapons. I know that there's a picture of somebody put a comment down like, "Oh yes, RC's classic weapons." I wonder if they have the render pick, or has it only been the figure picks, or have they pulled up? The
I think
renders?
it's just figure picked there. I think they're a couple of rendered in another article.
Okay. Yeah, probably rendered a little bit later, but yeah, it was like, oh yeah, RC's 2 weapons, a spinning disc and a drone, because you can take her wheels apparently and combine them into like kind of. I think it's supposed to be like a crossbow, but it's like, nah.
Well,
it looks
the
like
Energon,
the moon laser beak.
it does. If I remember though, like a lot of her toys came with like the arm blades, so
Prime RC, that was one of her main weapons, were these flip out arm blades on the bottom of her forearms,
and that's what the Energon web is trying to emulate.
which I think is neat. And I like RC. I think she looks more like, I guess, like the character I feel like they're supposed to be emulating more so than Bulkhead. I don't think Bulkhead looks like a bad iteration of Bulkhead. I think there's just issues with that design of an action figure, but RC looks I guess a little bit cleaner. And the thing I like about RC is that there's no way we won't get a flame war out of her. If you look at her head sculpt, like you're absolutely gonna get a flame war.
I do like her head sculpt quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to. I mean, maybe not. I don't run Hasbro. My dad doesn't work there, but
my uncle does. This one took a lot of people by surprise.
Kickback.
A lot of people by surprise. Shout out to Token Chris.
Yeah, his original name was Kickback. But yeah, Kickback, one of the first Insecticons, leader of the Insecticons, I believe. So the Grasshopper. Really cool that his energy weapons combine with his wings. But
I just noticed that. It's actually kind of cool.
So kind of like, if you like, if you're a photographer, you can have it be like a slashing effect or like a flying effect with him. So that's cool.
God,
they were talking about the design of this and how on his wings they. I really like what they did on the wings. They said they wanted to, since they had just done Kingdom, they wanted to keep a little bit of that texture. So they put like, I guess, more realistic grasshopper texture on the wings, and I really like that. And the thing I like about this Kickback is it looks like the cartoon model, absolutely, but just the way the translucent plastic's done in the chest and the way those wings look, it really looks like an update of the G1 toy. So I think he looks really clean that way. I like that additive of that texture.
I think I dig. I have something to say about this Bulkhead.
Hey Gary, I'll be right back. All right, man.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just gonna stop camera and mute.
Yeah, sure. So I have feelings about this Bulkhead here. I kind of don't like it, but it's just Bulkhead. It feels like 2G1 to be Bulkhead, and that's gonna be a point of contention for a lot of people. But that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I don't dislike that they redesigned Bulkhead. It's just I don't really care for the redesign.
He's just a little too lanky for Bulkhead. That's it. Like, just if they made their portions, if he was just a little bit squatter, just a little bit, not asking for much, just a little bit more squat.
I think the proportions could have worked a little bit better. Like his arms are a bit stubby, and I feel like when you look at him from the side, kind of like this, I think this turnaround does look a bit better on him. But it looks like his chest is kind of just jetting off his legs. It just doesn't feel super, I guess, cohesive.
Yeah,
I do like the wrecking ball accessory.
I do like the wrecking ball accessory. I don't like the back part though at all.
His translucent weapon, or the tarp?
The tarp.
Oh, okay.
The tarp has mini-con ports.
It does.
I
wonder what that means.
Peacemaker says Bulkhead doesn't look like his prime version. It's a weird movie adjacent Bulkhead with the vehicle mode. Yeah, I feel like Bulkhead's more inspired by Prowl. Or no, not Prowl, Hound.
Yeah. He's definitely like a class or a Generations movie Hound.
Which is weird, but okay.
Yeah.
He's neat.
Oh,
I see how you store that back there. I didn't see that before.
That's actually that is kind of cool how there's weapon storage in vehicle mode.
I do like that you can put the tarp on his back.
Okay, then there's this thing. Look.
Laser Optimus Prime.
Yes.
All right.
That sounds exciting.
I've read this back. So here I will say. Here I'll say about this. I've said this before to both Fizz and Super Megatron in the private and like other chats, but this is a skip for me. and I'm going to tell you why. This is pretty much confirming we're getting a repaint into Scourge from already at some point. And I'd rather not pay 150 to 200 for a Scourge when I can pay $50 and get this.
I'm gonna get both.
Both.
You're going to get both just to spite me? Okay.
No, I'm gonna get both because I think the G2 Optimus Prime design is hot, and I think that this is. I think this looks. I just think this looks really good. Like I've had the Reveal the Shield G2 Prime, and I just got the Select G2 Megatron. So to have a counterpart with him, I love the fact that the trailer actually opens up. It reminds me. I know that the original toy does this, but I also remember the upgrade kit that they made for the Reveal the Shield one. So just to see this design fully revisited, I really like the translucent weapons. I think on some figures they look weird. I think they really work for Prime, especially the sword. His shoulders open up with the missile launchers, and he does look to be, especially in the legs, a heavy retool of Earthrise Optimus Prime. But it took me about 6 hours of staring at that photo dead on to notice it. So I'm gonna give it a pass, because if you can get a wide nose cab truck out of that, flat nose Voyager sized Earthrise Prime, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
It'll give me
also
another $50.
he's tall. Like he's whole. Look at them legs.
His proportion, his silhouette is perfect. Like this is a real update to that design. And if they'd used designs of the old Optimus to let him do it, I don't care. I collect Marvel Legends. That's the king of mold reuse, more so than Mattel's DC line.
By the way, if anybody wants to pre-order anything that we're talking about in today's show, Hasbro Pulse has it all up. Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Chosen Prime, I think, has all the Transformers up.
You can check out Amazon as well. They listed some of their stuff up. GameStop has some of the stuff as well. I believe that. Oh, did we talk about the exclusive that came out from this yet, or?
No,
I think that's
neither of them yet.
Here.
Okay.
That's coming up here, but yeah, this looks cool. I also kind of like the paint deco and the vehicle mode quite a bit.
The first Optimus to use flames.
That packaging. So this is pretty cool. Is that we kind of keep the same stylized packaging that we had from Kingdom, with the primarily the character art and then like plastic.
Here's my only problem with this is no, go ahead.
The leader class is all cardboard though. But I think that Gary, you and I are having the same thought in regards to the leader class boxes.
How if you're gonna buy the leader class figure, buy it online, because don't trust anybody in the store.
Yeah. So I used to work for Toys R Us, and that was like a big issue with some of the more closed boxed toys. Is that you walk by and you'd see that like, hey, it looks like it was slightly opened, and you like take a peek inside and the thing's gone. Or if it's it's a return, and then they get it back, and obviously some unfortunate kid buys it, and then they find out like it's not the exact same toy in there. I mean, you see like a lot of like people who do that with like part swapping or accessory swapping. So this, yes, for the environment. Bad for those who were hoping to actually find this in person. Yes, Peacemaker, damn you, Space Jam meme. For those who aren't aware, like when Space Jam, when their toys came out, people for TikTok were stealing the heads off LeBron James. And that's an open package though in comparison to this. At least with this one Peacemaker though, you gotta remember these do have the plastic shell like kind of underneath for at least the Deluxe and Voyager class. But it's just a matter of collectors, just be wary of where you purchase these things. Fingers crossed for you. Luckily,
I saw somebody buy a Commander class Rodimus Prime, and they got it home, and inside the box was a Studio Series hot rod and a water bottle.
Okay.
Yep. That's one of the big ones that went around for a minute.
I saw that on Facebook. Yep.
I know you want Rodimus Prime, but you're too thirsty.
What if you wanted Rodimus Prime, but God said water bottle?
Also, they're
at least it's still additional plastic.
They're doing like tech specs with like QR codes now too, so that's kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
Man, y'all remember the days back when you got like a deluxe from 2007, like the whole background of the toy was back on there, and you could read that shit. You could read it while you're being driven home.
Mhm.
Oh, I miss it. Sorry.
But yeah, the thing about for at least because that's our wave 1 of Legacy. That's pretty cool. At the same time, though, as somebody who primarily in terms of Transformers collects, the Beast Wars characters, which is why I was glad Kingdom happened. I'm glad I can skip wave 1. I know that there was like rumors that potentially like Beast Wars Inferno and Tarantulas were supposed to be part of wave 1, but I'm glad that those rumors weren't true. Because
I think there might be more to wave. I think there might be a couple more figures to wave 1, or at least there was supposed to be a Voyager Blaster, but the rumor has it that that's been moved to this fabled Kingdom Wave 5, where Pipes and Slammer might also exist. And I think it's also funny that Tigatron, a figure that they did not announce and a figure that is not out, won the best figure. And
they had
forced them to talk about it.
Some people have gotten Tigatron, but I think that they've gotten it like from Prime pre-orders, which, like, Tigatron.
CMD store, I think, had it too.
CMD store, yeah. Tigatron is missing on my shelf, so I'm like, where are you, Tigatron?
He's in the crates on the side of the ocean right now. He's just waiting to get unloaded, I bet.
Probably. But
Reggie, you just go to to a party, like, hey, here's money.
I mean, Gary, I live in the valley, so that's that's like a 3 to 4 hour drive to get to a port.
Right. The only other Transformer thing to discuss really is this. Where is it? Damn it, TFW.
But there were a couple of exclusives or like reveals too. So like
the only other reveal was this, and then the Ravage 2-pack that I kind of want to grab at some point.
So the Hasbro Pulse exclusive, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive for Transformers is the Agent Ravage 2-pack, which features a heavily retooled Cheetor version of Ravage, which looks amazing, as well as like his little cassette version as well. Those were Pulse exclusive. I think that one retailed at like, was it $52.99 or?
It's $52.99.
He's actually still available online through HollisBroPulse.com,
which is actually pretty cool.
He's still available?
I'm just like, I'm gonna wait a bit.
I was able to get him and the animated series inspired Venom. So the two that I wanted, I was able to get.
Very nice. But yeah, this Galvatron, obviously with the same kind of like packaging that you would get with say like Tricranius or any of the other Pulse exclusive kind of deals. So it's cool. But yeah, like I said, primarily Beast characters, so I'm not gonna pick this one up. I mean, I love purple, but
this one is interesting because it's being advertised as a Unicron companion pack, and I did get Unicron, so part of me is like, do I want to get it to complete it? But I do like the color scheme, and it literally looks like Tron, like the movie video game Tron.
Galvatron.
It really puts that in it, and I think it looks pretty. But it is sold out on Pulse, so
wow.
We'll see.
It is a Pulse.
If not, I won't.
Is it
because I'm getting the toy colored Galvatron.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Gary.
No, that's it. It's a Pulse exclusive, right? Like you can't buy this on Amazon.
I think so. I haven't seen it listed on any other retailers or fan channels, so I think it was Pulse exclusive. So
also the lead singer Breaking Benjamin was there, and apparently he's a massive Transformers fan.
Let's see what he's got behind him. He's got looks like Ultra Magnus, Rodimus,
RC,
Optus Primal,
Starscream.
He's got that Soundwave I've got.
Scourge.
We're like
you still need him.
And then classic. Or the retro packaging.
That's it for Transformers. Very, very interesting.
It's time to roll out.
So
as the occasional Fortnite player, I have no idea who these guys are.
I think I've played 2 games of Fortnite, so
I play Fortnite every week. I have no attention to these characters, but what I will say is we're getting a shark.
Shark figure looks cool.
Sorry, I have a 1.5-year-old nephew, so
oh, the pain.
Upgrade shark. But yeah, what's cool, like what I was talking with like Gary earlier, is that like I love what they're doing with Fortnite, like all the additional accessories you can get with characters, like playset stuff, weapons. Like I think that they also have like an arcade machine, which I need to pick up a couple of those for my photos. Like I think that's what's kind of cool about the Fortnite line. Like I'm salty about this because you know they had they had a video game figure line that they pulled out very late and was not successful. That happens to be like my favorite video game. So like I'm still waiting on more. Like I was really hoping that they would continue with the Overwatch Ultimates line, but guess not.
No.
But it's cool that they you know they at least with Fortnite it seems like they're going. This is what they should have done. Is you know like go when the game is like heavily like you know involved a lot more like you know a lot more
When it's alive.
alive, like more fan, you know, uproar kind of deal. Like with Overwatch, they started the Ultimates line like what, I think year 3, rather than when they should have done like year 1 or 2. So a lot of the hype died, and it didn't help that like a lot of their stuff was like rather than going with the original skin of the characters, they're going with like the variant skins first for some of them. Like Reaper had Blackwatch skin rather than the original Reaper costume. And then Anna had the Shrike outfit rather than her original figure. So like that kind of threw people off. And then later waves had like repacks or repaints rather than new characters. So that's why it was sad to see that kind of fail. But with Fortnite here, like see Gary, like picture number 6, the arcade machines. Like that's awesome. Getting like that kind of accessory.
It is cool, yeah. Like I said, I played Fortnite with friend of the show, Chenix, and you know, I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, so oh wait, there's a gun rack on the back of the machine.
That's actually kind of dope.
When I'm playing my video games, you know I always got the strap.
Like one of my cousins in the Philippines, like he has his guns all on the wall. I'm like, yeah. Oh, this is also cool. Is that they're including the gliders as well? Like this is what I was talking about with the accessories. You know, like rather than just going like, oh, here's a figure, you have like, oh, here's a figure, here's the weapons, and then like, oh, if you want to get this additional stuff, you can have like the gliders, the arcade machines, the shark. I think Mousel's has like a weight bench too, that kind of stuff. Oh, gun rack on the back of both. You just flip the back panel around. That's cool.
These look really cool. So like I said, when I play Fortnite, I play as Venom, or I play as Silver Surfer.
Right now, I'm Snake Eyes. I haven't switched out of that, but like a lot of the like you know the various skins, accessories.
Yeah.
That's why I think that Fortnite is like, especially like because when you think about like how Fortnite had McFarlane figures, they had Jazzware make figures for it. The fact that Hasbro managed to get a hold of it too, and it looks like on a majority of these, if you look at the joints, they're the pinless design, which is like they're kind of like trying to modernize right now. A little bit in a couple of Marvel Legends, a little bit in Power Rangers. Like can't really do that with Star Wars, I think, yet, but at least they're starting to incorporate that technology with these figures. So it's a lot more like streamlined for the design. Like there's no breaks. So I think that there's so much potential here that they could do. And what's good is that like for Fortnite, I think there's a lot more child players. So they get like hey, toy from the video game that I want. Like hey, that's a possibility. In comparison to like a lot of what we collect, which has like certain characters that we're hoping for that either don't get made or they get made like way further down the line. At least with this, like the variety is there. So like,
what I will say also is Reggie, we still gotta play some Fortnite together. Is let me know when you want to play, but also what's it called? Peacemaker says, "Give me a calamity and I will be okay."
All I'm thinking about is I'm that one bit from Futurama. I have no feeling one way or another.
The neutral.
Yeah, the neutral.
like right now, I don't know because like since I can't look at StreamYard since I'm screen sharing, I have the chat on my phone.
Okay.
So that's how that's like if I look away from the thing, just I'm trying to read the chat. But not
Okay.
these all look cool. I really don't know to say about Fortnite. So let's move on to the other thing that I can't really talk about.
Yeah, so they also had like you closed out of it, but yeah, they were also like revealing like the scientists from the 7. So that's pretty cool. So they're going to get like a main character, and I know that what people are waiting for though is Jonesy. Like a lot of people who love playing Fortnite, Jonesy is one of the main characters that they're looking forward to. So the fact that he hasn't been shown off yet is kind of weird because like it's like one of those central characters like with like when it came to video game stuff, I think that like with Overwatch, Tracer was part of the first wave. So like the pretty much the mascot character is like that's what they're waiting on. But
I feel like
hopefully for those that connect Fortnite, that you get Jonesy soon. But yeah,
going back to Overwatch for a sec, I feel like once they do Overwatch 2's a thing, like the character lineup and everything, they're gonna make more figures.
I don't even know if Overwatch 2 is happening anymore.
There's like a lot of panels and stuff like that, but we can talk about that like after the stream. But yeah, next we're going to a galaxy far, far away. We're going to be talking about the vintage collection, Mandalorian Black Series figures, as well as some of the vintage and I said the vintage already, and some Galaxy Edge stuff. So get ready to do this.
Keep in mind also, real quick, I know next something. I've seen the movies for Star Wars. I have a couple of thoughts about a couple of the releases, but my Star Wars knowledge is limited, so I will not be able to really talk about this or the next topic because I'm my bread and butter. But when it comes to Power Rangers time, I have thoughts.
Okay, so obviously the vintage collection is the 3 3/4 inch scale of the line. So we're gonna start off here. We've got little classic Annie with his little training like orb thing. So yeah, this is supposed to be Anakin Skywalker training. So this is like the first one that they revealed. This is primarily like kind of like pre-trilogy, like the prequel trilogy. So there's a little Annie. Next up should be.
There's so many pictures.
Okay, we got Mace Windu. He has a little cloth cape. Let's see. His lightsaber doesn't really look purple though in the picture. It might just be because of the lighting. But
yeah, I think it's the way the lighting's done in the stream, in the renders at least, or in the photos that like they showed for the official for little Anakin. It's more purple.
Yeah, with Windu, like it was pretty cool to find out that Sam Jackson actually asked for the purple lightsaber just so he could be able to find himself in the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And plus that's so iconic with a purple one. That's a lightsaber I wish to own someday. Yeah, Mace Windu.
I have a question though. In the Star Wars retro line, are those like the cloth pieces? Are there wires in them to pose them or no?
No, not in these ones. These are the 3 3/4 inch ones, so they're a little bit smaller. It'd be a little bit harder to do that.
Yeah, they're classic soft goods. We also got Obi-Wan. Hello there.
Hello there.
Actually,
it's him, the meme man.
I like seeing that post go around. It's like I told my mom I had a picture of Jesus on my shelf, and it is McGregor. I'm looking forward to the Obi-Wan series when they decide to release that. I know that I think it was the Ahsoka series they revealed that Hayden Christensen is supposed to come back as Anakin, which seems weird. That makes it seem like the Ahsoka series is gonna be a prequel then, but
I think what they're gonna do, because I think he's also supposed to appear in Obi-Wan, they'll probably have flashback sequences to like the Clone Wars and live action.
That make more sense. Yeah, we got Obi-Wan, and then speaking of Ahsoka, I think that was the last one that was revealed. Yep, yeah, Ahsoka with her green sabers. So this is like supposed to be like Padawan Ahsoka. Then
I'm so excited they re-released this. The Mace Windu, the Obi-Wan, and this. I'm all in on all of them. I have the season 7 Ahsoka on pre-order, but I wanted one with green lightsabers, and the fact they like redid her face and her skin tone a little bit, so this is really exciting.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay $80 for it.
Ahsoka is one of the characters on my shelf that's obviously not a Mandalorian because Mandalorians are my usual favorite, but I love Ahsoka, so I got at least that Walmart exclusive Ahsoka with the blue lightsabers.
The Black Series?
Black Series, yeah.
Mm.
So I have her on my shelf right now. But
there's 2 comments. One from Peacemaker that says they are waiting to make a multi-pack of several variations of Jonesy. I had no idea that there's.
This is back to Fortnite, guys.
Yeah, sorry. Should have read these during Fortnite discussion. But also, Jotaku says a lot of the Fortnite designs feel very army building to me, so I got to hold back. That's how I feel with a lot of things. I got to hold back on buying a lot. Like, oh look, new toys, no room, no money, hold back.
Army building is one of the easiest thing to get into, and also one of the hardest to get into. Primarily because you may miss out on like the figure to get like enough multiples of what you want. I mean, I've seen people. I've seen people on and have like 20 plus of one army builder figure. Obviously, with Star Wars, what we're talking right now, the stormtroopers, those are
clone troopers, droids.
Those are the easy to army build things. But
I mean, if you want to go a step further, back during Transformers Prime, they did a whole bunch of Viacons, and I remember people buying like 20 to 30 different Viacons. I think Fizz and Super Mega trying to remember that too.
I had, still have. I think I have 12 or 13 Viacons. It's one of the only army builds. I've gotten some stormtroopers and clone troopers, but
the mooks are easy to army build essentially. I remember before I decided to cut my Star Wars collection back down to Mandos, I had like one of each variant of troopers. So I had like this classic stormtrooper, Imperial stormtrooper, flame trooper, snow trooper. I had all those, but yeah, I cut down severely to it's Mandos. Speaking of Mandos, this is of course one of the reveal packs that we got before. On the Mud Planet when they were fighting the Mudhorn. So you have Grogu in his original Pram, as well as Mando at the more muddy color scheme. Because this is the way.
This is the way. I still need to watch
the other pack that got revealed though is when they're on that ice planet. I can't remember the name of it, but they have those freaky ice spiders. See, this is one of the things that I'm glad, because I love the Mandalorian series, but at the same time I'm like, can we get other events with other characters? Because I mean, it's cool that we get all these variations of Mando and Grogu, but at the same time it's all like, do we need any more?
Is that the realization one?
No, this is what I have in my hand right now is no, it's just the normal Black Series, but I made a cape and he has the dark saber from Moff Gideon. But yeah, this is really cool to get more Mando, because I guess that if you missed out on the Beskar Armor Mando, but I know that this one I think they also changed up the thigh pad to make it more accurate.
They said they made the left one a bit more show accurate, which I got I don't buy a lot of Black Series, but I did get the Mando Grogu pack, and I didn't even notice that the detailing was off on that.
Yeah, because I think that it was in episode 1 or something. He loses that thigh piece, so he replaces it.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense. Of course, we have also Grogu there in the snow with. Is that the frog lady's eggs?
Yes.
Right next to him? Oh god, Grogu.
I know next. I still have to watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, Grogu, little cute guy, the child. I would like to see the baby.
The baby.
But yeah, that's funny is that when they were doing this, they accidentally revealed the vintage collection packaging.
I saw
that's the vintage collection packaging, because they also decided to make it in the 3 3/4 inch scale. But this is supposed to be the deluxe packaging, so the Target exclusive usually for those events. So yeah, that's cool.
I think it looks cool. I like the amount of detail on the Mandalorian armor. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I might pick it up because I do love the Mandalorian.
What's also kind of cool is that because this is supposed to be the ice planet, he does have some snow splattering effects, kind of like what they did with the Kylo Ren and the Rey that you can get back in the day that had the snow bases. So that's pretty cool that they did this for Mando. Also the freaky ice spider. I'm like, yeah, go away. But now we were going back to the pipeline reveals that they did previously before. So here's Migs Mayfield, Bill Burr's character with I believe, was this a transport trooper? I don't know the exact name of it, but his disguise from season 2, rather than the classic or what his original costume was with that arm backpack. But it's cool that they're doing this because it's an easy they could do an easy remake and just replace the head with Mando's head, just so for his figure.
I mean,
But
Wait, sorry to interrupt. He was played by Bill Burr, like the comedian.
yeah,
I thought it was Adam Sessler.
I have no idea who that is, but no.
You ever watch X Play?
No.
P4? Never mind them. He looks cool. I like the goatee.
I can't put it on my headset. But yeah, so I mean, like a lot of people, when they saw that Miggs was going to be revealed, they were kind of expecting, you know, his season 1 appearance with, like I said, his blasters and his backpack. But like I said, this is probably just an easy way for them to be able to remake, you know, one for you know, the Mando, and he's in that disguise as well. Next up, though, I believe is something that I was hoping for, but you know, like, okay, yeah. So, Gary, again, this is spoilers for you. This
I don't
is
care.
pretty much. I like to nickname him Hermit Boba. So this is Boba Fett, you know, without his armor. This is him from his appearance when he was on Tatooine with like his robe. So, like, as you can tell, this is a spoiler thing. You know, he survived the Sarlacc pit, but his armor was taken. So he went wandering around. He saw that Mando eventually had the armor and tracked him down. So he has a gaffy stick. He has his rifle. He also has like a little pistol, and like the soft goods, you know, like robe thing. Which I was hoping when they revealed that Boba was part of the pipeline, we would actually see, you know, him in his armor again. But I feel like that's gonna be a later thing after the Book of Boba Fett comes out. But this is a cool appearance though, because you get the Tamara Morrison head. Looks like it's missing the scars though. I don't really see the scarring that Boba has, but
I also just love how Boba Fett series is going to be called the Book of Boba Fett, like the Book of Mormon. That's pretty cool, actually.
I don't think that was the intent. But yeah, this
is this figure here. This is Black Series, correct?
Yeah, this is Black Series.
Yeah.
So we're still on Black Series. So, because I mean, if you guys have seen The Mandalorian, you know that like he eventually gets the armor back, and rather than, you know, wear his usual costume. Oh well, this is where his armor is. Gary, you kept. I was gonna still talk
sorry.
about Boba.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so Boba Fett, you know, like when he gets his armor back, he wears it over this coat, so he has like the dark coat tails on it rather than his usual like costume. But so I'm hoping that they do reveal that. But yeah. Next picture shows where his armor went. Season 2, episode 1, the Marshal Cobb Vanth. I know everybody was hoping for this guy, especially when he first came out. So played by Timothy Oliphant. Cobb Vanth, you know, like, again, Gary, this is spoilers for you since you haven't seen the show. Yeah, he found Boba's armor, and Mando, thinking that, oh, there's another Mandalorian on Tatooine, goes to track him down, and then meets Cobb Vanth. So, eventually, Cobb gives back the armor, but, you know, in the meantime, he's dressed up in this armor, you know, Boba Fett's armor, right here with his, you know, his own accessories. But primarily, it's like a repaint with slight repaint, because it's Boba's armor is slightly more rusted at this point because of the Sarlacc acid, I believe. But see the next picture. Okay, it's just still him in the static pose. But yeah, obviously Mandalorian suit with a removable helmet.
My question is, how's the QC normally for the Star Wars figures?
Pretty good.
My Maul, when I got it, was fine.
I haven't had any issues with any of my Black Series breaking or anything like that. One or two slight paint errors here or there, but it was like easily able to be scraped off with an X-Acto knife, so that was fine.
That's fair.
But yeah, the weird thing though about this Cobb Vanth, which is kind of sad, is that they're making him a deluxe figure for Black Series, which means, like, you know, slightly higher price point, despite the fact that he looks like a standard Black Series figure.
Yeah, I don't understand that price point on him.
Yeah, so it's basically like what they did with, you know, the updated Boba Fett. Like, not, you know, not Mando series Boba Fett, but the updated, like, you know, the updated original trilogy Boba Fett. Like, they made him, you know, also that price point of like $29.99, I believe. This one, I believe, on Amazon was $31.99. But yeah, he has the same amount of accessories and, you know, size as a Black Series figure, a standard Black Series figure. So I don't know why they did it, but whatever, man. I'm buying it.
By the way, I forgot to mention at the start of the show, photo cred to Toy Art TW 2005, His Tank, and Tokenation. So thank you guys for all the coverage. As always, we do appreciate you guys.
Yep. So,
I like the look of the rocket pack. That's my only comment.
yeah, I love that it still has the same kind of issues like in the show as what Boba had in the trilogy, where like if the slightest hit would make it go off. So, yeah, it's really cool that that decided to release Cobb Vanth though, because yeah, like I said, when he was first revealed in the show, people were like asking like crazy for that figure.
Yeah. Are we good talking about Cobb Vanth and see what's next, or
No,
we're
keep going.
All right.
this time I figured I would check. I think that's it.
Yeah, like we
That's
mentioned, the vintage collection of that same set, so smaller scale, the 3/3 inch scale. Which if you got this and got that big pack, you can actually, if you do action figure photos, you can actually have the different scaled spiders.
The spoilers. Now I have a question, just because I'm curious. There's no figure arts Mandalorian, is there?
There is a figure arts Mandalorian. There is
Okay.
in his classic armor and his Beskar armor, as well as a figure arts Grogu that like has like the soft good kind of cloak for it instead. So there's also Mayfex in both the original armor and the Beskar armor.
Okay. So I don't know what else there's for Star Wars outside of the big one.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
The
that's
Cantina?
what was the name of that cantina again? This is from season 1, episode 7/episode 8. So this is
Mos
like
Eisley?
I don't think this is Mos Eisley. This
Oh.
is this was the pretty much this is like at the end of the first season when Moff Gideon and his troopers are surrounding Mando, Cara Dune, and why am I blanking on his name? And IG-11 and what's his name? I'm hating that I can't remember the name of
Carl Weathers' character.
Carl Weathers' character. Yeah, I can't remember his name
I forgot his name too.
though.
It's okay.
It's like he's one of the ones that I have not gotten a figure of yet too. So I want to get Quill. I haven't gotten Quill yet. But yeah, this is also one of the vintage collections. So it's like the 3/4 inch scale like diorama. So this is where Moff Gideon and his troopers are surrounding Mando and his group. And it comes with a Death Trooper too. So yeah, this is I think the next ones are Galaxy Edge exclusives though as well. So, but this is I think just like yep, there we go. Navarro, that was the name of the planet. But yeah, this is where Mando's like original where his coven was like a covert were hiding. So like this is the same place where
Is he a witch?
No, I meant covert. But yeah, like this is where like his group, his sect of the Mandalorians was like living. But this is like the bar. This is the cantina where he would meet with Carl Weathers' character to get all of his bounties. So like, or bounty assignments and stuff like that. So, yeah, here's another vintage collection army builder type thing. This is Rebel troopers because they revealed that one set of the like stormtroopers. So this is like, oh yeah, now here you can have more things to fight with each other. So the Rebel trooper.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which honestly, stormtrooper designs are a lot better than Rebel troopers. Let's face it. The helmets.
Yeah, these are fodder for your hallway setup diorama that they released.
Oh man, my Rogue One display will look nice.
Yeah,
You got to do it. And then I can't remember if this was also a collection or this was Black Series, but it's Hux with a droid and a trooper. I can't remember if this is Vintage Collection 2 or if this is Black Series, but I think we'll find out.
Black Series.
I think we'll find out when we get to the next pictures. But yeah, this is like a more photoreal Hux too, because like the original Hux.
I love the mouse. I love the mouse droid.
Yeah, because was this a Galaxy Edge exclusive or was this? I think we'll find out. So next picture.
Oh, here you go.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything. The First Order. So this is definitely Galaxy's Edge exclusive. So that's probably it probably was Black Series. And then here we have a droid pack with Babu Frick down there, like our favorite mechanic. We have like the usual battle droid. We have a K unit. We have I can't remember the name of that type of droid, but the ones that like help repair Mando's ship. And then obviously a BB unit in the back too. So this is also one of the Galaxy Edge sets.
I have a question. What the heck is this?
That's Babu Frick.
Oh, that's Babu?
Yeah, that's Babu Frick.
Tiny little old man.
Everybody's favorite mechanic. So
he's the good thing to come out of the Rise of Skywalker. Whoops.
Yeah.
God, it's been so long since I watched Rise of Skywalker.
I'll be honest. I only know what happens in Rise of Skywalker. I haven't actually seen the movie.
I'm one guy. Nah, that's fine. You're not missing much.
But yeah, this is also a Galaxy Edge exclusive set. So, I mean, it's cool if you want to get more K units. To go with your K2SO. You also obviously like another battle droid, another BB unit if you like the little ball guys, and obviously Babu Frick. I think most people are going to go for Babu Frick. This was the creature pack.
Before we get into that, I just want to say I'm surprised that with Hasbro having the Transformers ride, they've only done one exclusive figure for that, and I think it was Evac.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't done more.
Well, with the difference between Hasbro doing more Transformers for the ride versus Galaxy's Edge is that Galaxy's Edge is not just a ride; it's like a whole section of Disneyland parks.
Sure.
So it's not just one ride. It's there's these different areas you can go to, like the lightsaber building shop, like Cantina. So this was the other pack. So this is the creature pack, which I'm honestly not as excited for as the other packs. I mean, I'm not excited for the other packs, but I have Porgs, man.
I'm jealous.
I got one when they were doing the little 2-pack they can get back at Target for $10 back in the day. I have those, but
that just looks derpy.
Yeah, the creature packs. I think the primary thing that they were talking about was these ugly little monkey-looking kind of aliens, because those got added articulation compared to originally they were more static figures, but they have I think arm and leg articulation now.
Oh, they do. I can see the hinges. That's cool.
Yeah. So creature pack, I guess it's for world building. That's primarily what you can get with most of these Star Wars figure packs is just world building stuff.
Yeah. I do like the packaging, and then this is something I want to talk about. I don't own lightsabers.
Yeah, this is another one of the Black Series FX lightsabers. This is Leia's original blue lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see next. There should be a picture with Carrie Fisher's Leia on it. If we can get to it. But yeah, it's very slow loading on your thing. There we go.
It's cool.
What do you mean Salacious Crumb isn't a one-of-a-kind individual?
I love Salacious Crumb.
Can you explain who that is?
It's that dumb little monkey that hangs around Jabba.
Oh, okay.
The thing that laughs.
Yeah. Yeah, that jackass.
Oh, it looks like. I think that was it in terms of reveals for accessories for Star Wars. I mean, it's kind of weird that they show. Oh wait, they did do vintage collection pipeline though. They didn't do Black Series pipeline this time, but they did vintage collection pipeline. So that should be at the very bottom, I think, or the very last few slides. But
I actually have a question. Is there a Force Effects Darth Maul lightsaber?
I don't think they've done that one yet.
There's an old one, but not in the I think Elite line, which is this new one they do.
Yeah.
Weird, because he has one of the most fan loved just lightsabers.
Iconic, yeah, the double-sided lightsaber.
He's one of my favorites of all time.
I mean, they made a They made a Revan set with a red and a purple. I'm pretty sure they could do a double-sided lightsaber if they wanted to. But yeah, this was the vintage collections that they were talking about. So obviously you saw it there. There was one of the Cantina Magicians. Here's one of the Troopers. I think the Ahsoka clone trooper is also going to come up next. So, again, this is vintage collection, so this is a 3/3 inch scale reveals that they were doing. Like they didn't. I don't think they went into Black Series reveals. Oh yeah, one of the Mandalorian Super Commandos from Clone Wars, I believe.
Old school.
Yeah, I still need the Black Series version of that because I have the Mandalorian Loyalist, but I don't have one of those yet. Oh yeah, and then here is obviously our main character from the Mando series without his helmet in the trooper disguise.
Vader still. Vader. Wait, is that Vader? I can't tell.
Very small.
It's a Vader.
That's
The
in Star
Vader.
Wars.
Yeah, that's
Or
Oh, they
so
announced right there that they
thought.
were the Darth Vader thing was that they were announcing the next lightsaber they're working on in the Elite line is his.
Oh, okay.
Be fair enough.
Obviously, we had we were shown this before, but the Black Series Rancor, it's one of the next HasLab crowdfunding projects. So this thing is massive.
It's so big.
There was a picture, if we can get to it, Gary, that showed like how he scales to a stormtrooper. If you can find it, but
I actually have a question. Is this taller than Unicron?
no, probably not. I
Well-
think that there was a picture that somebody was showing that was going around that showed what his size was supposed to be, and he was like,
Oh, they showed him next to the what was it, the Mandalorian ship that's in here.
the Razor
Yes,
Crest.
he's 17 inches tall, and he's live now on HasLab.
For the low price of $350.
Back it up.
Oh, sorry.
A lot of people were hoping that like one of his keepers was one of the
Stretch
one of the
goals.
tier. Yeah. But
If you keep going forward, Gary, you'll see it. How tall he's a unit.
His arms alone just look menacing.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has a longer wingspan than he does height.
mm-hmm.
he looks really cool. The problem is the price.
Well, yeah. Why do you think he's a Black Series backing thing instead of just buying him at retail?
Mm-hmm.
Those individual joints too, like the way his mouth is sculpted, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I am going to steal your babies.
God,
That's-
massive.
Yep.
Oh my God.
There he is in comparison to a Stormtrooper Black Series figure. So
oh my
that's how big
God.
he is.
Yeah, but there's next to the Woo!
The Razor Crest, and is that the ship that flew over the Sarlacc pit?
Yeah, that's Baba's pleasure barge.
Yeah, that's Jabba's sail barge. That was the first
jeez.
first HasLab.
Did they do one of the Razor Crest for
Yeah.
HasLab?
It was also the 3/3 inch scale size too. So that's why I didn't go for it. But yeah, that
Jeez,
is massive.
He just demands shelf presence.
He demands his own plinth.
But yeah, so he's out. He's probably out sometime next year. Pre-order price is $350 on HasLab. Their unlocked tiers are 11, 13, and 13.5, and 2 additional. It looks very nice.
Yeah.
And he's already at 3,299 backers needed of 9,000. So it'll probably happen.
It'll likely happen.
I mean,
I
that's
think-
what everyone was like. We didn't know. Sorry, actually, we didn't know if what was it? Victory Saber was going to get done, and well, two out of the 4 people in this episode have it on pre-order.
Yup. Can't wait for that boy.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is that unlike the very first HasLab that they decided to do, Cookie Monster, I think that this is one of the ones that people are really gonna go for sure.
That Cookie Monster never happened, did it?
No, it was the only HasLab to fail. I think the only one
Yeah.
to fail.
Primarily because it's yes, people love Sesame Street, but why would you make one of the more iconic characters a HasLab thing?
Can you tell me how? Damn it, Reggie.
Sesame Street. But yeah, the Rancor. But here is a topic that I'm not sure how many of us actually know. I mean, the only character I honestly recognize in there is Storm Shadow. But G.I. Joe Classified. This is also one of the lines that had come out recently from Hasbro, like after.
Are those the Robot Trooper guys? I like them. They're cool.
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool. That's another thing about the Classified line is army building. You can like get a lot of like Cobra Vipers and Cobra Troopers and like one of these Robo guys too. I don't actually know the name of it, but you can get like a lot of these. This is actually a pretty cool design. I think that, to be honest, like Classified is probably one of the panels that I kind of skipped out on yesterday. I came in though when they were talking about the animal companion ones, but
I'm gonna be honest. G.I. Joe is one of the lines I have no interest in at all.
I would like to get a couple of the Cobra Troopers, maybe Cobra Commander, just because like, hey, villain. But
and Chris Latta.
Yeah, but honestly, I just want to, I'm probably gonna wait until it's a lot easier to get these. I mean, like Cobra Commander is probably like one of the easiest characters to get because you still like he came out like as repacks in certain waves, so I think in my Target there were still like 2 of them too. So
what I will also say is, hi Corey, I want your rings.
Not for sale.
These are cool. Like I don't know. My only real exposure to G.I. Joe is like watching like the intro several times as a kid.
As a kid for G.I. Joe, I had a bunch of my brothers like hand me down G.I. Joes, and I had like the old like Sergeant Slaughter or something, not Sergeant Slaughter, like the 90s VHS tape. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, that's my thing with G.I. Joe.
I just love how there's a character in G.I. Joe named Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, because he's a pro wrestler.
Jesus. This shows you how much I know about G.I. Joe.
I think they're called. I don't remember what these guys are called. I think they're called bats.
All right.
Oh, there's Zartan.
Zartan, yeah.
This is Zartan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is kind of cool.
He's actually one of the Pulsecons that actually sold out. Like he's the Cobra Master of Disguise. That's what he does.
Yeah. This one, I think, was this Roadblock? Can't remember.
Is this Joe Exotic? Is this just Joe Exotic?
Yeah, he was gonna say next.
I like the guy with the gator. He's cool.
Oh yeah, Croc Master. He's gonna be a later picture that pops up. I just know his name just because like it was just interesting to see that accessory. But you know how we were kind of talking. Yeah, this guy, decent looking old guy. Don't know what this one is either, but this one looks like it could army builder potential as well. To be honest,
there's so many army builders. It's off-putting.
Oh, the Python Patrol. Is it? Yeah. Apparently some of these repaints are references to like a G.I. Joe toy line that like try to keep the toy line alive.
Okay.
So that's what some of these are references to.
It's pretty cool.
And
don't really like the burgundy on that one or the brown.
Me neither. I was much rather like an actual like bright red. You know,
kind of clashes with the gray and yellow, but
Python Patrol. I kind of like that.
Okay, there's a little. Okay, like the promo pictures look awesome though.
Yeah,
like, you gotta like those are pretty cool promo photos. But let's see what's next. Okay, yeah, more promo photos.
You can just exit out of this photo and just go to the animal pictures if you guys want.
That's pretty cool for a photo. Yeah. I think we should just try and skip ahead to find the characters that have their animal companions.
Oh,
the very first Spirit. One. Yeah, Spirit with his eagle, which is like This is what we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier about how like Falcon does not come with Red Wing, except for that
Yep.
3/4 scale. But they have this guy. They have Spirit come with an eagle. Like they could have done that. But
They have Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas. Okay, here we go.
yeah, see the eagle accessory. That's awesome that they were doing that for him, and like it's also articulated as well. It's not just a static eagle piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you can actually swap the wings out to have them splayed out. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That is actually kind of neat.
To be honest, if I were to pick up a GI Joe, I'd probably pick up this one just to get the eagle.
Yeah.
Spirit looks cool by himself. I think he's neat. Oh no.
Yeah,
Let's see.
It's crazy, just like how little I know about G.I. Joe.
I mean, you got to know Storm Shadow though. You got to know Storm Shadow. Like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes are obviously like two very iconic Joe characters that I think everybody knows. But yeah, I like that they come with the option to have him have a hood. Yeah, this is a classic Storm Shadow after the original one that we got in the wave was kind of like his Arctic costume with like all the additional accessories. But this one, you know, it's just a standard like white ninja outfit.
Mm.
So this is a good compliment to if you get that classic Snake Eyes with Timber Pack. If you got this Storm Shadow to go with it. Arrows are removable. That's awesome. You just take the arrows out of the quiver and lose them all.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do not give them to small children. Otherwise, they will lose them. Okay.
I'll lose them.
We'll lose them, Gary. Don't you know how collectors work?
You aren't wrong, buddy.
All right,
Then
so
after Storm Shadow.
I think after Storm
next.
Shadow is going to be the Croc Master reveal.
I'm looking at that's the last thing is Croc Master.
That's on that picture. Okay, yeah, Croc Master
Oh, it
with
comes with a tiny baby alligator too. A tiny one.
Croc Master with I think they named the Croc Fiona.
I kind of like this, and that's horrifying for my
I would get this just for the Croc, to be honest.
The guy kind of looks like Bane.
I know. I was gonna say that.
Oh, Bane with a crocodile.
Killer Crocs, Killer Croc and Bane's illegitimate love child.
Yeah. No, this looks cool. Believe it or not, this.
Wait a minute! I could get the alligator and make him Alligator Loki, the little one. Alligator Loki.
Oh, I want an alligator Loki.
Why the hell is the alligator in here? He's a Loki. But yeah, this is. But yeah,
It looks kind of cool.
you thought Cobra was our ally. But yeah, this is really cool promo pic and like the artwork for this. But yeah,
And
that was
this is
Joe's.
a shot of everything they got revealed. There's one more G.I. Joe thing.
Oh yeah, their first HasLab.
The jet, which is way too much money.
The Sky Striker. Well, I mean, if they got the Razor Crest to go off, but then again, everybody loves Mandalorian.
$230. Whew. Yikes.
It funded that it will begin shipping in the spring of 2023.
Begins on October 23rd and ends on December 7th, 45 days after. Okay. Yeah, it's cool, but it's not like I need this 100%.
And before you go any further, there was stuff for some card game called Aurora, which I've never heard of. Magic the Gathering had stuff about the show and a comic book. And there was a Nerf thing. We're not talking about those because I'm the one who likes Magic. Really, I don't care. None of us really care about Nerf. And
Peacemaker brings up a good point. With this, it means PR and Fortnite are the only ones without a HasLab now in terms of figure lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would they make for like a HasLab that I'd actually want to buy?
For Power Rangers, I could see them doing the Command Center with a more accurate Zordon.
Oh, I saw that pack of Alpha with Zordon. I kind of wanted it, and then I saw the Zordon's face. I was like, oh no.
If you give me a sec, real quick.
Oh god, Reggie's breaking out something. I'm scared. But no, so like I said, I'll say this much: I haven't looked into the Magic the Gathering news in the slightest, but I'm excited to see where this TV show goes. The lore of something.
Alpha, we must gather teenagers with attitude.
I don't know, like that. The thing
Yeah.
in hand is kind of bothering me. It's like, looks weird.
It does look very, very weird. No, but I
Yeah,
have a
it's
question
very
about.
flat on the back.
I have a question about the Zordon Reggie. Does that light up?
Yeah, that's why I was pressing the button for.
Oh, sorry. Given I
Watch,
can't.
Let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, because I can look on my phone on the stream. Yeah, now I see it. Cool. Thank you. All right, moving on to the final topic of the show.
Hold on. Let me.
Power Rangers are stealing our money.
See?
Oh, look, something I could comment about more.
Yeah, same.
Dun, 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 dun.
So this is our dad, Lord John Gordon, first of his name.
But yeah, Power Rangers, of course, we have the Dino Fury panel where we got to meet the cast. And they also did a little reveal at the end, which is what we actually lead into for toy-wise, which is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Just real quick, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive for this was Pudgy Pig in the classic style, like 90s lunchbox with different food accessories. The unfortunate thing, though, is that Pudgy Pig, the original price that they listed for him, like way back when they're doing the press releases, was $40, but then he
Bumped up to 50.
$57.99.
It's a lot.
Which a lot of our fellow Power Rangers collectors said that they weren't going to go for after all, because yeah, I was down to be at 40, but yeah, at nearly $60.
Too much.
I mean, I collect the monster line, let me go grab them real quick, but
What's even worse,
Yeah.
he's one of my absolute favorite original silly monsters, but he's just too much.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is we're getting a cycle in the show in Dino Fury for the first time since Ninja Steel.
yeah, so like I said, I collect the monster line. I've customized them too, so here's my repainted.
My boy Pumpkin Wrapper. I love Pumpkin Wrapper so much.
Yo, this fig is nice, but it's not really worth that high price. And then we have King Sphinx also repainted. So you can see
And then
that.
there's a bit of controversy with this as well, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, a lot of the
Yeah.
So Pudgy Pig, awesome, but yeah, just too pricey. For PR,
Alright.
pick a home base. Yeah, a home base for HasLab would be pretty cool, like a home base diorama. Like I said, Command Center is probably the highest likely thing with a more accurate Zordon. Probably, just the Command Center would probably be the best thing. If anything, maybe if they decide to do, you know what the thing that they revealed at the very end, not what they revealed at the very end, but the thing before the reveal at the very end, like the last official item that we're going to talk about. I feel like that could have been a HasLab item, but yeah, Pudgy Pig is cool, but way too rich for me. Yep, it's too expensive.
Agreed, very, very much so. But so let's start talking some toys. First of all, the thing that's stealing my money is Piranha's head.
Piranha's head. That's not even Piranha's head. That's TJ.
Why are there like barely any pictures of Piranha's head? That's like the one thing I actually cared about.
I think it's just because a lot of us that were working were watching the stream and not really uploading the pictures right away. But yeah, Piranha's head is so what they decided to do for the monster line is actually merge it into a DX line with Rangers and vehicles. So the next monster after iGuy, which is coming out I think in April, is Piranha's head, which was really supposed to be in the same wave as iGuy, but they decided to match Piranha's head in the same wave as TJ with his Galaxy Glider, which that one is probably the more controversial figure that's being released right now, is because of the fact that we're getting TJ with Psycho Silver, coming out fairly soon. I mean, a couple people already have him in hand, but it's still like, why would you do that when you're having TJ? This gives an option though for people who don't collect the Psychos, or just wanted to get TJ in the first place. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, why doing both?
So since I'm talking about TJ,
yeah. So glad that they are continuing the monsters, because the unfortunate thing with the monsters is because they're a larger scale, they're higher price point. A lot of them went on clearance. The fact that they're continuing on with the monsters is cool. But yeah.
I'll say this much also.
Going forward will be plus MPR villain for a wave. That's cool to have that. I didn't realize that they have little screw holes in that, but that's cool that they have like a peg hole for a stand, so you can actually have the Galaxy Glider flying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's Pudgy Pig.
There's Fat Boy himself.
No, but I actually wanted to bring Fizz into this real quick. So Fizz, you're the guy who's like not really that big into Power Rangers, but like, have you seen any of the Lightning Collection figures at all? Outside of like your Megatron I have shown you?
I've not bought any, but I do look at them at the store. I had a buddy who wanted to customize a vinyl Jet Jaguar into an articulated figure, and for that he used a Lightning Collection figure, so I handled one to help him with that. I'm looking at this Pudgy Pig, this controversial feller right now. So I'm trying to follow along. So I've never like dove deep into them, but I've handled one of them, and I intend to buy one of them. And if they ever make the Power Rangers that I liked as a kid, I'll buy those.
Which one was that, out of curiosity?
Lightspeed Rescue. I know it's not the most beloved, but it was mine.
It's actually pretty well liked in our circle of friends. Lightspeed Rescue though is unfortunately one of the teams that hasn't been started yet.
No.
Yeah, they've done MPR.
In Space is about to get done.
Yeah, In Space, Zeo, Lost Galaxy, Dino Charge.
Dino Thunder's almost done.
Dino Thunder. Obviously the Psycho Rangers. SPD. So like they've kind of alternated back and forth between what's the wave. They've been pretty much, they've cleared out all of the, like, if you want to talk about just the main suits, they cleared out MMPR. They're almost done with In Space. They're almost done with Zeo. They're almost done with SPD. They're only missing Z from there. But yeah, Lightspeed Rescue is unfortunately one of the teams they haven't started yet. So that's the sad thing.
I will say this much: I also really like the lunchbox packaging.
It's really cute.
Really neat.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Kai.
Yeah, that was from the talking panel. Yeah.
They also did show up from Down Fury Season 2, where they were fighting a monster, and I don't know why the picture isn't loading right now. Second.
Yeah, there's a picture of Pudgy Pig.
They're bringing the Megazord. Okay, wait, hold on. Do these have the actual Anti figure pictures? Yeah, these are really, really in a random order. I do apologize.
Yeah, I think that they just. Let's talk about. No, that's the end thing, or one of the end things.
So we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, one of the first things that they showed off, if you can scroll down, was the there we go.
Megazords?
The kind of 7-inch scale, like kind of vintage stylized Megazords.
Yeah.
So they have Lost Galaxy Megazord. They have obviously the MPR Megazord. They have the Thunder Zord, and then they made Ninja Storm's NinjaCon out of the Fliphead Ninjor.
So
people were anticipating, because like a lot of these, as you can see, they kind of have also the VHS box style like packaging. A lot of these are 7-inch scale, like limited articulation, limited paint, but they look pretty cool. These are $15.99. You can order them at Walmart now. They've been available for order from Walmart.
Yeah. 15.
I think so. I think they were $15.99, but yeah, a little bit less than a Lightning Collection figure, which is funny because they're bigger than them at 7 inches. But
articulation and
So this is a good. The Thunder Zord would be a cool little accessory to go with your Parantis head if you pick one up, so you can have like Megazord fights with the monsters. Yeah.
The first monster that the Thunder Megazord ever defeated was Parantis. That'd be kind of cool. The Megazord packaging looks really weird.
Yeah.
NinjaCon
is a non-canon character Zord that they decided to make as a toy, which is honestly just an easy repaint / remold of the Fliphead Ninjord that they made recently. I have that on my wall, but yeah. So this was a weird choice for them, though. I think they just did it just so they can, keep making money with the mold.
Weird, but not bad.
Yeah. It's just red. It's just red Ninjor.
I just want to know though, is there any head articulation? I don't think so.
No.
Okay. So those are that's those. If you have customizer friends like I do, and you want more paint, just send them. But
now this is one of the awesome reveals that they did was the Lord Zed Lightning Collection helmet. So far, what they've had with Lightning Collection helmets have been the White Ranger, Red Ranger, and the Pink Ranger. So for them to go straight to one of the iconic MMPR villains is pretty cool, especially with how they had it made. So Gary, I think you had the next picture showing how it looks.
It's probably also because remember Zed's in Dino Fury too.
Yeah, vacuum sealed metal, the squishy brain, the red visor. People were hyped for this one. I think that what I heard or saw is that originally it was supposed to be just like a standard plastic.
Yeah.
But I think that somebody talked to somebody and that's how they got the squishiness. So that's what's cool. But yeah, this one goes for $124.99. A little bit higher than usual helmets, but still pretty cool.
It's so worth it. You can scare your friends.
It's notably it's notably the only PR item I think that went up to Hasbro Pulse that sold out within a couple hours.
Yeah, Lord Zed's popular.
Yep, and yes, there is a voice changer in the bottom chin portion of it. It doesn't really make you sound like Robert Axelrod, though. It makes you sound. I thought it made somebody sound more like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget when you put it on. Next time, Gadget. Next time. But yeah. See, it's also one of those that's a big enough size where you don't have to unclip it to put it on. You just slide it on. So.
It also comes with a stand, obviously.
As usual. Yeah, it's a pretty nice helmet. But here was the
Wave 11.
So revealed by his actor Russell Curry, it's Zato, aka Dino Fury's Red. Now this one's pretty cool because luckily the Dino Fury Rangers didn't have their own individual weapons; they just had the sabers. They had the different armors, but the sabers were all needed. Really, it's cool that they included them. They're painted. Obviously they were going to include them. It's not like they weren't, but they're painted. The only paint I noticed that's missing on Zato 2 is his morpher and just a little bit of details on the blade. He's pretty much 100% perfect in color scheme. Obviously, he comes with the Russell Curry head, aka the Zato head. So this is what everybody was pretty excited for because it's a current Ranger series. So kind of like what they did with Beast Morphers and how they reveal Beast Morphers red and gold for Wave 2 when it was airing. But yeah,
fun fact, I have to buy all these. Why? Hi. I have all these words. So I have to buy
They do have a dagger mode of the sword and show. Yeah, but if you're one of those people who collect the figures and you're like, oh no, this is the Sentai version of it, then you don't really need it. The dagger.
True.
There's also can finally have Ryo Soldier. Like Jotaku can finally have Ryo Soldier wrapped in my display. True. But yeah. But yeah.
And then they're doing a cog, and with the cog they're doing the Rocky's Tonfa.
So the cog is really cool for them to do because, like I mentioned before, I collect monsters. I army build with Power Ranger monsters. I only have one Z Putty, but I have 3 Tanka Warriors. So my buddy EB actually helped me out I'm going to be getting most of Wave 11 from him, including like 3 cogs. So, but yeah, this is how they decided to release Rocky, aka Zeo Blue's Tonfas, because the original figure did not come with them. So this is cool though too, like because the issue with the cog is the same thing that they had with the putties, is that if you wanted to army build, but you had the same kind of, if you want like uniformity with your army, with the 2-pack of the cogs that went up for House Repulse at $41.99, those had a red cog and a silver cog. So if you wanted to get, like me, and 3 of each, you'd have to buy 3 2-packs, but the 2-packs were limited to 2 per person anyway. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one, at least you can get, if you want to just collect 1 cog or 1 type of cog, and you want uniformity, you can get this one. And then you can probably find your friends that want the Rocky Tonfas and give it to them or sell it to them. But I know I've got like a couple friends that do want the Rocky Tonfas, and as I'm selling my Rocky right now, it's like, yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Wait, I have a question. I don't have the money right now, but what figures do you have for Zeo, just out of curiosity?
I'm trying to sell Tommy and Rocky right now.
Okay. I'm still waiting on Down 100 Black to happen.
Yeah.
Tommy 3.
The only one I'm not gonna sell. Well, the only 2 Zeo figures I'm not gonna sell are the Jason from the SDCC 2-pack, gold, and then Adam whenever RJ decides to send it to me.
Damn RJ. Speaking, damn it. So
Dino Charge Pink.
Down Fury. No, Charge.
Dino Charge Pink Shelby. So this one is really cool because like we're going back into Dino Charge. Dino Charge being one of the few casts that has like a huge roster of Rangers, but this one she comes with her Tricera drill, and she's also pinless if you look at her joints, and she has double jointed elbows. Woo! So that's a first for Power Ranger figures. So I mean, like if you're a Marvel Legends collector, Black Series collector, you know that a lot of like the female figures that they make are typically single jointed elbows. So the fact that we get Dino Charge Pink with double jointed elbows, as well as the pinless design, compared to like if you look back at Zato and the cog, and the probably the next reveal that's gonna pop up, they still have the pin designs, but this is like the very first Power Ranger figure with pinless design for them.
Yeah, I mean, one thing though that really threw me off, a lot of people, was the fact that they're including her weapon, which leads me to speculate that if they do figures for the other 4 suits, they're going to include a Ranger's individual weapons. They're going to do like, for example, like if they do like silver, they're going to do like Ed's Tyranno one.
I honestly think that what they're going to do for those would probably be accessories that come with gray and cyan, because they didn't have their own weapons. They had their morphers, but they did not have their own individual weapons. So I can see them including like Red's T-Rex Smasher is what you're probably thinking of. I don't remember the name of the English version of Black's weapon, but include that with them. But I feel like they can do that. I mean, I know that. I think. Yeah, I just call it the Potter Shot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ryu, your best show.
The only issue though with Shelby's release is because she comes with the drill accessory, she does not come with the saber. The sword. Yeah. So that's the one downside for her. But if you have like a couple of like the figure arts or the the arm change thing is also a thing. I feel like if they wanted to, they could include it, but it's just a matter of how they're applying the arm. Because I mean, like it could just be like a standard peg with like a little bit of the extra like bolt out. So you just need some heat, but because I don't see a butterfly joint on that arm though, so that's the issue.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
Because that would help with like kind of the accessories. But yeah, the Camille hide head actually looks pretty good. And then here is the only Lightning Collection figure from the wave that I'm actually not going to get.
Really?
I primarily collect, Dino, if you're like Dino style Rangers, or Last Galaxy, because that's my favorite show. I mean, I probably could because of my whole 6th Ranger love too, but it's actually the one I did not ask any help for picking up. Merrick, aka the Lunar Wolf Ranger from Power Rangers Wild Force.
He looks so good.
I think one of our few Silver Rangers that we've gotten in the line so far. He's got his, his head sculpt, his weapons, accessories. So, yeah, I think that what some people were talking about was his boots, because in some pictures his boots look white, but they're supposed to be silver.
Yeah.
It might just be the lighting, to be honest. It might just be that.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
think they do a big mist paint app with there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really like the pins on that though, because to you guys, the pins look blue.
Black? Yeah, they do.
No, the legs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are definitely black pins. Yeah.
But one thing that I was going to say.
And again, this is a prototype that they're showing for it, so maybe it's different. But
I've also never noticed this in all my years of being a Power Ranger fan. I had no idea that if you look on Merrick's thing, I didn't know there were supposed to be 6 stripes. I always thought that everybody had the 5. And then I looked at all the Wild Force suit picks. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Nice.
It's a cool figure too, though.
It does. I like the fact that
cool. The hands have the claws. It's also a neat touch. It's on just like remolded hands that they have.
So is it time for not the big one yet?
Not yet. Just for
Almost
those
there.
that are interested in alternate packaging, like who remember the Spectrum series from Target. This time we've got the Dark Box series from Walmart. So good luck with that. But as you can see, it's alternate. It's alternate packaging essentially. So,
Josh, if you watch, I hope you know we're all praying for you and your wallet, my friend.
I think he's actually going to skip out on the dark packaging. I don't think he likes it as much as the Spectrum, but we'll see.
I mean, Josh's every lighting collection released so far. If he does skip out on this, that'll be hilarious.
Josh Nightmare number 1. But yeah, it's just because Walmart, if you guys know, is notorious for getting hard to get. Like, they could probably put this online only like they did with John Walker or Infinity War Cap, but I kind of doubt it in terms of this. I think like they would put it up. Funny enough, I found all Spectrum packages at my local Target, but Walmart is another story. Yeah, Spectrum is easier to find. I think the only Spectrum figures I didn't see were probably actually the single packs. I found the 2-packs of the Monsters Spectrums. But
I never saw the Spectrums in my area.
I never saw Putty, Tommy, or Connor. Those are the only ones I never saw. I saw the 2-packs of. Actually, I think I actually owned those. Andros and Astronema, and then, well, I'm trying to sell them right now, but SPD Blue and A Squad Blue, and then the Monsters. But I got the Noble Monsters. But yeah, so
real quick, there's also another couple. I'm pretty sure of Piranha's head.
Yeah, there's Piranha's head. In his.
Finally.
I feel like though, like what happened with Pumpkin Rapper and King Sphinx, there may be some paint that's needed for Piranha's head. But I'll take a look at pictures later. See if I can add that on, because I really want to get him.
So good.
I want to get him and Eye Guy and then touch them up to make them as accurate as possible.
I need Piranha's head. Everyone's like, why Piranha's head? Listen, it's a giant talking fish. The argument's invalid.
Yeah, they're still in the 7.5 inch scale that they are, so they're mostly slightly bigger than the originals. If you went back up though, there was the
there's the Megazord, but there's nothing about the controversy.
The other thing we did not put up on the website though, Gary, that was kind of the agreement with the staff, with Chris. I remember. We all agreed not to put that up. But yeah, so the Zord Ascension project is their take kind of on Solo Chogokin. Heavily articulated, better, sculpt, like larger scale Megazords. I think they said it's 1/44th rather than 1/144th. That's too small. But as you can see, they're pretty massive figures. They do separate into the different pieces, so you can get, the Tyrannosaurus, Pterodactyl, Mastodon, Saber-tooth Tiger, and Triceratops. I made that in order. out of order, but yeah, you can separate these into the different Zords. And what's kind of cool is that behind the helmet is actually like a cockpit look into the
That
Zord,
was
which
so cool.
I
yeah,
think the first time a Megazord has done that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like very, very tinily printed on there because it's the size of the Zord. But yeah, it's pretty
It's
cool.
there.
It's there. Yeah, this is kind of cool for those that really like want a larger scale Zord compared to that like smaller deluxe Zord that came out during the Beast Morphers line.
Oh,
I still want that one though, but yeah, this
Let me-
one though, like I believe this one has diecast pieces as well, but like
Let me
more
a-
articulation and
Let me ask you guys this: top 3 Megazords you want to see in this line?
Ooh.
I already know one of your answers for this, Super Megatron. So
Okay, so mine would be Wild Force, the In Space, the original In Space, and probably the SPD because I just like all those Zords.
what about you, Fizz? What do you think?
I'm gonna go ahead and just put all of mine into the Lightspeed Rescue Train Boy.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That's all I know. I could say some other random ones, but I know I wouldn't buy any of the other random ones, but I would buy that. Yeah. I know. Rude.
You know, I love you.
Please.
Super Mega Club, baby. So good.
Oh yeah, that would be a cool monster figure to make. So I'll say them in their Sentai names. So Majidanger, Gokaiger,
Yes.
Kyojinger.
For me, Zeo, Turbo, and Time Force, because I want to make 10x spend money.
Yeah, the Star Ascension project, like I don't recall what they said the exact price point was, but it's coming soon type thing, because this is obviously a model or like a 3D printed version of it, not the actual factory made one. But it's pretty cool to see this thing. I felt like they were planning this like from the very beginning, but they just couldn't get to it yet until they made sure the farmers just got off on their feet. But at the same time, like you could have done it sooner, and everybody would have gone for it.
All right, Reggie, shall we bring up the controversy now?
If you can pull up the picture, because like I said, with this controversy, a lot of the sites, news sites, we kind of forewent promoting it. We did not want to promote it at all.
So,
but at the very end of the panel, we got a little breaking news segment, which we thought, okay, Peacemaker said that it came up, or this was the price point for the
$200.
$200. That's not bad. Especially for a collector's size line. Fee said, Shadow Megazord, a Q-Rex would be sick. Yes, it would be.
Yes.
But yeah, this was the big controversy here. So the breaking news segment, everyone was expecting like, oh, maybe more toy news, maybe some show news or something like that. It was toy news, but not what we were hoping for. Hasbro decided to launch its very first NFT, very first Power Rangers NFT, to get this black and gold Dino Megazord. So obviously the big controversy with NFTs are they're not environmentally friendly. People have been pushing back like, oh, they're going to do a different one, but like a different method of doing it, but like it's still it still kind of promotes the whole NFT culture, and it's not really something that people want to go for. I mean, with the black and gold Megazord, everybody that I've known have loved the previous like black and gold type series stuff.
Yes.
Like Funko made black and gold Megazord and a black and gold Dragon Zord. Those were exclusives. They also had a black and gold Alpha as well. I have all three of those right now, but yeah, it's like the Megazord. You could have honestly just sold it. You could have just made it like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. You could have just had it been like maybe even a HasLab. Maybe make that the HasLab, the first HasLab. Is just have that black and gold Megazord as that. I think the big issue here, though, too, is if you look at the box, if we can somehow zoom in, there's like,
I don't know if I can here. It says Series 1, which is very troubling.
well, it's probably just a reprint of what's going to be on the normal box, just different paint.
Give me half a sec. Let me see if I can find another picture of the box.
They're only really showing the front.
Yeah.
Even on the
Here,
product
I'll find
description page.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, man.
You know what? Hey, you know what I think? I think the 200. I don't think the Ascension figure itself might be even a little cheaper because of the NFT attached to it. Might raise it by like an extra 20. That's what I'm thinking.
This one still says 200.
What
The
do you think,
combo of NFT scan, bad for the environment, plus a 12-step process that make getting the toy the absolute worst. Yeah, it's not like the best approach to getting this.
What do you think, Fizz?
Take it off the screen. Take it off the screen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that's so I don't have the screen share anymore. Yay! Whoa.
But yeah, that is. Yeah, it's.
I hate the way to get it. The figure, I hate the way to get it, but I will say the figure does look kind of nice. Will I buy it and support it? No.
No.
This
So,
sucks.
Ricky, I'm allowed to swear right now, right?
This is your one time. Putting my comb down. It's a big gavel, but.
Thank you, buddy. Okay. So, what the fuck? You say, okay, we're going to be environmentally conscious, where we're going to remove all the plastic packaging from our toys. And yet you pull something like this to just let you in. We're talking about the whole NFT thing for Power Rangers, like the Black and Gold Megazord.
Oh,
So,
the dubious environment killing PNG.
Yeah.
Or JPEG?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And they had the balls to announce this also. On the same day, they announced a figure from Wild Force, which preached environmentalism.
Now, when you think about it, too, is that the original Power Ranger series, that was also one of the things that Jason and his group kind of advocated for was environmental, like health.
Yeah.
And then you also have on the pack. What I was trying to say, or trying to get you to pull up on the packaging, is that it said like now without plastic on the packaging or something like that. Or the packaging cover.
The
irony.
So, the irony, yeah. Environmentally friendly for the packaging.
That's why they're getting rid of plastic from the Transformers packaging is environmental reasons, and then they go and do this. So
yeah. The big slap to the the two big slaps to the face with this was that they decided to make this a breaking news segment. So like something that everybody was kind of hyped up for, and then obviously they reveal it. And the second thing is that they did this after the very first panel of Pulsecon. So it's like this leaves a sour taste in everybody's mind for the rest of the show. It's
Like
very poor move.
I saw a lot of tweets from like Eric. I saw a lot of tweets from Chris. I saw a lot of tweets from just people in general. Even Evangelist kind of honest too. And you guys know Evangelist is like a big Transformers person. He's also into common letters and type PR. And that was just very shocking to me. I was like, Phil talks about power, even if he really has to.
Yeah, guys. So
It's just
it looks cool, but don't support it.
and here's the thing also. If you're gonna make it an NFT or a limited thing, don't do it for a weekend. Spread it out. Like, hey, you have now until like December 31st to do it. Because I know people who
Gary, they should have, like I said earlier, they should have just made this. They should have just made this the first HasLab thing for Power Rangers rather than an NFT. Just have it be a backing project rather than something that can like potentially harm the environment. I mean, like because that's the issue that I saw with a lot of people, where that like they were pushing the argument like, oh, this is the safer NFT. Like it's still an NFT though. It's still promotes the NFT culture, but going about it. So it's a very poor decision. So I wouldn't.
Still just not the way to get it. To do it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So the thought of it, like the standard joke that people can say for NFT, and this is my one curse for the show. No fucking thanks.
Yeah. Essentially, fuck you, Hasbro.
But yeah, guys.
But anyway,
So I think that Gary, like we've been going on for like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I think that this would be a good time to kind of just go over what your number one, like your number one hype thing from the reveals. I guess just to kind of close things off.
Yeah.
So
for me, I'll go first. RC and what's it called? RC and what's his face? Dragship, and possibly the eventual redeck of Laser Prime.
It wasn't even revealed.
But it's there. I mean, if they could, tease not really tease, but show off that NFT gold sword, then they could probably do Scourge. Hopefully, Scourge is just normal, not any sort of thing like that. But
Lord help.
Yeah. Fizz, what about you? What was your top reveals? I guess because I said number one, and then Gary listed like 5.
Shit, that's a good question. I guess my top ones is I do really like that Bucky. I don't know why, but that MCU Bucky they're making looks really good. And Laser Prime just really kind of took it for me. I know it's like really basic. It's just next year's Optimus Prime figure, but I guess because it was next year's Optimus Prime, I didn't expect to be wowed by it. I think it's a really good reinvention of that 90s toy. It looks like a fun toy.
Right. And
what about you, Super Megatron?
Me, I kind of for the biggest one for me for Trance was probably his Skids. I know he's like kind of like the generic little box man, but I've always wanted a good classic Skids, and Thoroughly 30 didn't give me that, but this one will, so that's why I'm super hype about. And then the last thing is I have very like few memories, but that Ascension Megazord looks just the normal one looks so good, just beautiful.
Yeah. So
Right.
for me, like I mentioned, Cobb Vanth, for Star Wars Black Series, like that was one of the figures I was really hoping for when they revealed him. I was honestly really tempted to track down a Boba Fett and just customize a Cobb Vanth out of it. So I'm glad that they're making an official one. And then the Lightning Series collection, Dino Fury Red and Dino Charge Pink, and the Cogs just because army building. With Marvel, I do like the fact that we are getting that Cap 2-pack, but at the same time, it's like just wondering what to do with the Sam figure. But, yeah, I'm really hoping that they do, because they have that head sculpt, that massive head sculpt, that they do make the Falcon suit Sam from that series, because that would be great. Yeah.
Anyway, so Fizz, where can the people on the internet find you?
If anybody would like to interact, you can get personal with me over on Twitter at DudeSpooter. And then I also do a little bit of content creation. I am fairly new to it, but I do toy reviews focusing on Transformers, and I also do a lot of content covering all things Chucky over at Fizz TV on YouTube.
Super Mega, where can they find you?
You can find me at Super Megatron here on YouTube. It'll be the smaller channel with not as much of you, like a video from like a year ago. But I promise I'll be making more. I just need a few things, and then hopefully on Twitch, where I will do live streaming other video games and stuff at the same thing, Super Megatron. But there, I think it's Super Megatron 15.
You guys know where to find me already. The dark recesses of the internet. G-Base Poetry on Twitter, on Instagram. G-Base 93 on Twitter. G-Base 93 on YouTube. Don't look anywhere else for me. You'll never find me.
Sounds like a challenge.
Also, because I won't be here next week. Have a happy Halloween, everybody.
Yes, happy spooky season.
Spooky
and thank you for having me. This was fun.
No problem. Yeah, obviously you guys know me, TrueKROs on Twitter. I'm also gonna start streaming again since Gary mentioned that like we let us have our last episode of the year this Saturday. We're gonna be talking about Kamen Rider Ghost. I have a couple of guests, a couple of friends that are gonna be on there. Gary's not gonna be in there because he wants to skip out, but that'll be our closing episode for the year. So I'll be starting to do streams again on my Twitch, which is also 2KROs. I'm going to be streaming the Spider-Man DLC since I just finished the main storyline there, and then starting out Miles. So that's what I'm going to plan to do. We're going to come back in January, but in the interim from November to December, that's what my plan is for at least creating content. We'll come back in January. We're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Drive back then. I need to figure out the exact day though, but we're going to have our friend Zach. But yeah, you can find me, like I said, there, Twitch, TrueKROs, or on Twitter, TrueKROs, Instagram. I put the same pictures I put up on Twitter, so ReggieRay93. I also have a YouTube channel, 2KROs Reviews, but I have not done a review since January, so there's the issue there. But then you can also find us here on Bugz2men. But yeah, if you guys ever have any questions or things like that, just send us a message on Twitter or via our email, bugz2menshow@gmail.com. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll hope to see you guys, like I said, this Saturday for Kamen Rider Ghost discussion. See you later.
Happy New Year, y'all. Talk to you guys in January. Peace out, Post Scouts.
Bye-bye.